who wants to give the recap today for inspiration? Anybody wants to
do that.
Okay, Gregory, it's all you. Would you like to give us a recap of last?
So we continued through the dungeon, and we found this angel who was missing his arms and legs and his eyes, and he warned us about this god who is dead and forgotten. And we went in, we fought these swarms of eyeballs. Gray lost his eyes to them. And then we went into this chamber room where there was like this orb that had a bunch of eyes inside it. And then the old woman came in and said something about, like this is a dead god or something like that.
Okay, all right, that's good enough. Just to give you a recap, just to kind of really frame where we're at. So you guys have been sent over to this area, the Misty Forest, and your objective, you were sent by Durnan, was to find Elminster, because Durnan feels that there's something really strange going on, something that he doesn't understand with the overall adventure that you're going through, because you guys have been sent to some sort of hypothetical future in your last adventure, a future in which the entirety of Faerun had been destroyed, and you were in some far other land. And in order to understand this, he says, we need the help of Elminster. So he sent you over to the Misty Forest. You guys searched around the Misty Forest for a while until you found this strange old lady that said that she didn't know where Elminster was. And after a little bit of further digging, you realized that her little dwelling lied right on top of some sort of magical entrance, protected by very powerful 6th-level spells. And as you entered this magic entrance, it brought you into this confusing dungeon that kind of went in a spiral. And you guys were exploring this dungeon when you, as Greg said, you guys encountered this angel who told you that this dungeon is floating in the astral sea, a plane far away from the prime material plane. And on top of that, in this dungeon lies the remains of a god that has been forgotten. And a god that has been forgotten in Forgotten Realms, that is the true death for God. Because gods can live and die, just throughout the mythology of Faerun. Plenty of times gods have been killed and then resurrected in one way or another, but when a god is no longer worshipped and whose name has been forgotten, no longer exists, that is the true death of God. And the only thing that is inside this dungeon, the angel said, is that God's pain and anguish. So you guys, despite its warning, you guys continued into the dungeon and you fought what appeared to be a huge glob of eyeballs. The eyeballs have stolen Gray's eyes, and now he no longer has any eyes and he's blinded. But you were able to at least overcome this horrible force, and you got to the center of this dungeon. And in the center, the only thing that is there's a huge glass crystal globe full of this viscous liquid. And inside the liquid are a whole bunch of different eyeballs of all different shapes that are floating around. And as you approach, these eyeballs kind of stick to the edge of the glass, sort of like one of those lightning spheres. And you guys don't find anything else. You don't find any treasure, you don't find any writing or any hints on what's going on. You didn't know really what to do until the old lady all of a sudden appears right at the doorway. And she says, "Oh, well, behold, before you lies a dead god."
Can you tell us the name of this dead god?
Oh, I have found his name. She steps forward, kind of, you can see she's very decrepit, taking tiny little steps with the help of her cane. She says, This is why I brought you to this place. I needed to show you this. She takes her cane and kind of pokes the little crystal jar, and all the eyeballs kind of swim around the cane. And she says, "For you see, gods are not that different from mortals. Despite their astronomical power and all-seeing knowledge, they live a life. They have wants and desires, hatred and jealousy, and eventually their life ends as well." And she taps it again, and she says, What will you leave behind when you die? But memories and anguish. And so is true of gods as well. She's being all cryptic. And then she kind of turns around and she looks at Gray. Obviously, Gray, you can't see her because you're blind.
I see.
She turns and looks at him. She says, "Oh, you've suffered quite an injury here, haven't you?"
Yes, ma'am. I have. Protecting my friends.
Well, I have some good news and bad news for you.
Okay, what's the good news?
It says, for you see, I have brought this being back. I have searched the astral sea for eons in my own wake, and I have found him to ask him a question. And she looks around at all of you. It's like, I believe this may be very relevant to all of you for what you have been assigned to do, is it not? For this being can answer the question of who wrote the historiophage.
Well, that's good news.
Yes, it is, but there is only one wisp of consciousness left in this being before he is laid to rest forever. He can grant us one boon. He can answer the question for which I have found him, for which I have summoned him. Or he can restore your friend's eyesight. Since it is you who I've asked to come and see this place, I will let you decide. And she just holds her hand. She grips her staff with both her hands, and she kind of looks at you with a slight smile on her face. So she offers you this. She tells you that as she lays this being to rest, the being will grant her a boon. It can be one of two things. The first is she can answer the question, one of the biggest questions you have in your entire adventure, which is, who wrote the historiophage? What is the origin of this book that has been destroying history and you guys have been fighting all along? Or she can give Gray his vision back.
Oh,
Or we can ask for the god's name.
I know the god's name. I have found it in the 17th layer of the hell through which I have traversed. And when she looks at you, she smiles, and you know, just by common knowledge, that Elminster had been trapped in hell. So she's kind of indicating to you that she is Elminster, even though she's an old lady. Whereas Elminster is an old male wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Before we make a pact or determine an answer to this, how about some more information?
Ask, she says.
We've been working with Durnan to rectify the lost histories that the historiophage
yes,
has been.
my good friend Durnan. You have worked with him, and you have helped. And you have done what has been asked of you very well.
Exactly. And what I'm wondering is, does it really matter who wrote the historiophage if we can continue to
Correct. Yeah, that's
save
kind of what
or
I was
correct
thinking.
the lost histories?
And she smiles again. She says, "Ah, yes, that is a very, very fascinating thought. Would it not be true that if you were to continue your course and to aid in healing this land of the historiophage's horrors, that eventually you will find the answer you seek without the help of this being?"
Yes. I agree completely.
I agree with you.
You know,
that
but
would
Yeah.
the only
that
thing
makes sense.
is,
Yeah.
Well, we know what Gray's vote is going to be on this, obviously. I mean, it
Well,
just,
Well, I agree that if we continue rectifying the effects of the... That was exactly my question, is that by the time we're finished, we'll probably end up knowing who it was that wrote it to begin with.
Right.
yes,
Right.
but
guess the
consequently,
follow-up question-
if you had known right away who had caused this plague, would it not affect what you do to change things, to make things better?
Maybe, but would knowing who the author or the original caster of the magics of the artifact were, would that help us prevent the historiophage from continuing to erase the histories?
There's
Or
no
would it
way
just-
to know unless you choose that as an answer.
Well, I think that it's tempting, but the bottom line is we have a friend in dire needs, and we are known for our commitment to each other, and we will always put our companions' needs above what small short-term gain we may have. I, for one, strongly suggest that we help our companion, we make him whole, and we face these challenges and figure out what we must do together.
the only other question is, it was almost like there was two separate timelines. With the last historiophage adventure, because when Gray and I came back from the Shrine of Tomoacon, we went to the Yawning portal and Durning didn't recognize us. And when I showed him the Tear of Saloon, he was kind of dumbfounded and horrified that we had the Tear of Saloon and that these other guys didn't. And
You know,
So
you're
the old
even
lady turns to you
feeling
as the old lady turns to you as you say this. She says, "Ah, very interesting fact. For you, perhaps existed in a time when you also had been summoned to rectify the horrors of the historiophage. Perhaps summoned with another group, perhaps with another cleric and a warlock." And, you know, she starts smiling like she actually recognizes what your group has gone through. And she says, "And then your deeds, your actions, erased, forgotten, as if they had never happened." And she kind of approaches you a little bit. "Such is the same power that erased the stories of the historiophage." And she says, "Is it not interesting what manner of cosmic power can destroy the memory, the very existence of that which has already happened?" And she says, when you find the answer to that question, perhaps you will know what this is truly about. And then she posed the question to you, Greg. "Wizard, what do you think has the power to destroy memory and existence and a time and that which has already happened? What cosmic force in the universe is that strong?" And she challenges you as a wizard and your knowledge of cosmic forces to answer her question.
To be honest, I think there's many things that can do that. like the historiophage is one of them, which I find it interesting that Gray and I's adventurers with the other group in dealing with the historiophage has become a victim of the historiophage. If that is true, I find that very interesting that the historiophage can erase the memories of rectification of itself, and which would beg the question, what's to stop it from erasing what's going on right now and what we do in the future?
Yes, but what other power in the universe has that to destroy that which has happened? The power that you see before you in the historiophage. What is a power stronger than even the weave of magic by Our Lady Mistra?
There could be there's the gods, but there can also be just existence in and of itself.
Ah, you are getting close. The gods, but not just being a god. And she says, when you are able to answer that question, you will know. You will know who wrote the historiophage. And she says, I believe you have made your choice. And she takes out a coin. She flips a coin in the air. It kind of flips up, and then right before it drops, it clinks on the ground once, and it disappears in a puff of smoke. So you don't see which face it hits. And then she takes her staff and smacks the globe with her staff. As she smacks the globe, you see a magic you see it start cracking with this magic crack. And the entire globe, the crack starts spreading around the entire globe. And she puts her hand on the globe, and she says, you once were the god of divination, the god of portents and the future. And you are forgotten. And you lie here in your anguish, in the one place where your final follower had died and forgotten you. Rest and be at ease, O Lord Savaras. And with that name, the globe shatters, and the liquid just spills on the floor. And you can see that on the floor there's a whole mass of eyeballs. And she bends down and she picks up a set of eyes. And she takes the set of eyes and she moves over to Gray. She says, these are not the ones that you lost, but you'll find that they work just as well. And she takes your hand, Gray, and puts the eyeballs in your hand.
I take the eyeballs and I stick them in my eye sockets. I say thank you so much.
As you stick the eyes in your eye sockets, the first thing is you see nothing but white. It's this unbearable radiance that just consumes you. And then slowly your eyes begin to focus and you look around you, and your vision is not quite the same as it was before. You see everything in this bizarre kind of clarity. You look at your companions and there's auras around him. You look at John and there's like this radiant aura. You look at Kayan and there's this dark, bloody aura. You can see through the walls. You can see through the walls into the other room. You look out and you can see outside of this dungeon, and you guys appear to be floating in some sort of interplanetary space where there's no stars and there's just these nebula all over the place. You have this moment of complete true seeing, and the old lady says, "What you see through the eyes of Savaras, which are now your eyes. What you see now will last but a moment. It is what you. It is there for you now, and will come again the moment before your death." And then all of a sudden, all that vision kind of coalesces as your vision goes back to your normal vision. And you blink twice and you look around and your vision is normal. Everybody else looking at Gray, you notice that his eyes are very different. He's got these, his eyes look like they are kind of glowing and yellow. And that's like a permanent effect. His wherever his eyes used to look like, he has a whole new set of eyes, the eyes of Savras. There, your choice is made. We shall leave this place.
Happy with that choice. Thank you, everybody. And I'm happy to get out of this place.
No, but you're going to pay it back. Don't worry.
Kyan will, give you a pat on the shoulder. Well, at least you got your eyes back, but I was kind of interested maybe on who wrote the book. Give you a friendly chuckle and a pat.
Yeah, maybe we can find a cream for that aura of yours. The aura disappears after a couple of for a couple of moments. You see into you see deep into the planes. You had a godly moment of true seeing, where you actually had seen literally the very essence of your the other everybody else's soul. And you looked at the old lady and you see an image of this old mage with a pointy hat and a big beard.
Nice.
Oh, good.
You okay?
I'm a bit overwhelmed. Pardon?
Olaf is just going to be like, how many fingers am I holding up? Let's see if this works.
So as you put a reflective
14
surface
fingers.
Gray, as you put a reflective surface to your face, it's very jarring. You don't look the same anymore. Your eyes are this glowing orange. It kind of actually releases a very dim glow, and something you don't feel like you can even turn off.
I'll ask the
your
lady.
old eyes are in the bag. KM has given it to you in a bag.
I'll have them preserved and put them in a jar and carry them around with me. As a reminder to stay away from eyeballs.
Nice.
So I still have night vision, and is everything else the same except for I see a little weirdly and my eyes glow now?
Your eyes glow. You only had that divine true seeing for a minute. It only lasted a minute before your vision went back to how normal. But she warned you that the moment before your death, you will have that vision again.
Well, I guess that means I'll know when it's coming then.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep. I'll warn everybody. Give me time to say goodbye.
Well, hopefully many years from now.
Many years from now. So.
Yep.
So other than that, is my vision affected?
No, your vision has gone back to the way it was before.
Okay. All right. Well, I really do appreciate this, fellas, and I was happy to make the sacrifice to help to save my mates as well, and I'm really happy that you chose to help me. So thank you.
Olaf just agrees on it. It was the right choice. We can find out more about the history of Faj later, but this was more of a concern than anything else.
Exactly.
I guess I don't get to hold hands with any of you guys anymore.
No longer necessary. Just as long as you don't wind up in another situation where.
Well, I mean, you never know about me.
With that, Pepper's gonna fly off of your head and come onto my shoulder.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The old lady turns. She says,
for that.
I suppose you realize that you've completed your quest by now. You have found me, though, quite in a predicament, as you can see. Yawning says, I am Elminster, but I am also not Elminster. I am Elmira as well.
Like he ran.
I am afraid I am a bit stuck in this predicament until I can get back to my workshop in Waterdeep, to which you will accompany me with all haste, will you not?
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of good because.
So what was the point of all of this? Then this escape dungeon that we just went through, was it simply just to test our skills to make sure we are worthy to help you, or what were you trying to find?
I don't need to test your skills. I'm very aware of your skills. I needed to test your faith. I need to see the choices that you make and what you truly care about and what your vision is. And also, in this form, I can't cast any spells. Okay. And you can see, like, she starts coughing. She's like, my voice is not right. And she takes up her stick. This is not my arcane focus doesn't work. She starts hitting the ground, and she says, and even my somatic skills don't work with this arthritis. She says, you see, when I found the late god Savras and this domain, I saw the pain and the agony that had beset him, and I thought to myself, perhaps I shall become woman again. For in the past, my goddess Mistra had tested my courage by turning me into a female named Elmira. And I thought perhaps as a woman I can better comfort this pain and anguish of echo of a god. But little did I know that a true polymorphed spell also has aged me just as much as I aged in my male form, and I am frankly incapable of doing anything right now. she just starts kind of limping along.
Gregor's just, oh my god, this sucks.
No, not to worry. I have a true polymorph scroll here. I just don't want to waste it. And you see, she taps her pack. Says, I need to get back to Waterdeep and my arcane focus so I can get back to myself. Frankly, I cannot do anything in this state.
Alright.
I'm ready to go.
I think we're ready to go.
And she starts kind of waddling along, and she goes back and she goes to that angel who is blind and has his limbs missing on the bed. And she says, oh, Niemann, oh, faithful servant of Our Lady, your task is complete. And the angel says, thank you, my lord Elminster. And he kind of, then he begins to fade away in a puff of smoke.
Wait, so the angel didn't need to know Savras's name?
Oh, he knew Savras's name. We both did when we came to this place.
So why did he go through getting his eyes gouged out and his limbs amputated?
To test us.
He did so to show you the pain that can be endured in the echo of a being who died in such torment. Don't worry not for Nyman. He is the faithful follower of my Lady Mistra. He shall suffer no pain at her side. 'Tis but a physical manifestation of his celestial being. Eyes, limbs, they mean nothing when his soul is strong.
Very well.
She continues to waddle along outside the spiral of this dungeon. You guys get to that area with the spiked pit. And she goes into the one of the boxes. She takes out one of the strips of cloth and she puts it over her eyes. And she says, "You see, in the past, the followers of Savras who had faith would believe in him and would trust him to protect them. They had what we call blind faith." And with her blindfold on, you see she just walks towards the spiked pit. She takes a step and this invisible barrier creates a platform and she just walks right across.
Oh, of course.
Well, if you want to do it the easy way, I guess, but that's okay.
I suppose this is how you got across as well. You must have solved the puzzle.
Yeah, that's the way we did it too. Of course we did.
And she chuckles and crosses, and then she gets to the front that front door that magically sealed behind you. She takes out her walking stick and she whacks it. Dispel! Dispel! And Gregory, you recognize that she is casting a dispel, but the problem is that her arthritis is affecting her ability to do the somatic component of the spell, and she can't do it. Dispel! Oh. Come on, you dispel!
Okay, do I have that?
Dispel it!
Help her out here, Gregory.
Do I have that? Do I have that one prepared? You know what?
Here, help me with your arcane focus, please, wizard. I remember when I was in your place, a novice wizard, learning my craft, acquiring the vast knowledges of the weave. 'Twas so long ago, 800 years, and she starts rambling.
Okay, I can't ritual cast Dispel Magic.
Hand me your focus, please, wizard.
Sure thing. So I hand her my focus.
She takes hold of your book, and you can see that a vast stream of arcane power, just with one of her fingertips, channels through your book, and you see your book just it's never felt this much arcane power. It just kind of starts shuddering for a moment. Because it's sentient, it just tells you that I've never experienced such overwhelming power. And she just touches it with her finger, and with that, the doors just fly open. There we go.
Nice.
Shall we? And she walks out of. As you look outside the door, you notice that you guys are floating in space. She just walks out the door and she disappears. And when you look outside the door, you are quite literally floating in space. There's like it looks like there's like some stars and some nebula. You guys are in some sort of bizarre plane.
Where did she go? Gregory?
I guess she plane shifted
from somewhere from the darkness. She says, "Are you coming or not?"
Oh, sure. And then I follow the direction of her voice.
You walk into the space and you see Gregory disappears as well.
Well, we follow.
Yep.
So you guys all walk into a space, and you guys, for a moment, you feel yourselves kind of being stretched apart and traveling as you're going through some interdimensional portal, and you end up right back where you guys had started. You guys are right outside where her hut was, but the hut has been split in half by the Move Earth spell. And you guys walk out, and she's waiting for you next to your horses. Shall we?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
So, she's kind of she's a fragile old lady, but you guys have there are Well, there are 5 of you, and then there's an extra horse. Ragomir says that he needs to contemplate what the events of what has happened here, and he needs to go off and pray somewhere, excusing himself. So there are 5 of you, and there's 6 horses, and I guess you help her on one of the horses, and you guys all get on a horse set to ride back down to Waterdeep.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll
Absolutely.
head straight back to Waterdeep.
Or are we heading towards her hut or whatever? Or
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, she just wants to go back to Waterdeep to her
Workshop.
headquarters workshop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I say we head there post haste.
You notice that
Agreed.
she's not a very good rider, so she kind of lags behind a couple of paces for all of the rest of you as you guys are riding. She says, but first, won't we take a rest? You guys look so beaten up and tired and cursed by the laser beams of this horrible dungeon.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
I'm pretty tired.
So
My eyes hurt for some reason.
her eyes being split in half. Her hut being split in half. She offers you guys some lodging for the evening.
Oh,
Yes.
perfect.
And I thank her.
Yeah, a rest would be very welcome. Do you have, by chance, mead?
She does have some provisions in her.
Oh, well,
Yeah, she does have a lot of provisions inside her hut that she offers you what's left of it.
I will partake.
Yes, thank you very much. Your hospitality is much appreciated.
So instead of sleeping, sort of like an elf does, she just kind of sits down and meditates while you guys spend the evening.
Okay.
I go ahead and accept the hospitality of Elminster, or Elmira as she is currently called.
Per typical, Olaf will probably set up an alarm spell on one end of his path just in case for any creatures just before we take a nap or whatever. Even though Olaf is feeling fine.
All right, I have assigned everybody a long rest.
All right.
Nice.
rest.
Yeah. We should be all. I just let me know if you still have any of those negative DM assigned effects on you, because I remember some of those laser beams and stuff were DM assigned, so you can't take it off yourself, and they don't go away if I assign you a long rest.
Nope, they
All set.
look good to me.
Yeah, everything
Or at
looks
least
good.
on my end.
Excellent. Excellent.
Do those laser beam effects that anybody had, they'll be going now?
They should be gone. I went through everything and took off those extra effects.
Cool.
All right, I think now is a great time for us to have a little break before I set up the next event.
So, I'm not sure. Gray, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Nice.
Sorry.
Okay, everybody's back. Gregory, you
Gregory?
back?
Mhm.
Okay.
Excellent. And I think I heard Olaf, so I think
Yep.
yeah, I think we're all here.
All right, so the we are now up to the next day. You guys all wake up very much refreshed, feeling healthy again. Elminster, in his female form, is already waiting for you by the horses as you get up, and you know it's sort of dawn at this point.
Goodness. You don't sleep much, do you?
I've learned not to need so much sleep. When you've been alive for 1,000 years, you realize that sleep is just wasted time.
Olaf says, I'm sure you're just afraid if you fall asleep, you're not waking back up. So, good plan.
Well,
Stay
last
awake.
time I fell asleep, I woke up in Avernus, so yes, there's some truth to that. It's part of Elminster's, his latest book, Elminster in Hell.
Nice.
So you guys all get on your horses and you begin to ride down the south road out of the misty forest. This is the same way you guys came up as well. You guys are clopping down the road. It's a beautiful day in the forest. Going down the road when all of a sudden, right in front of you, I don't know if you remember, but when you were coming this way, going into the misty forest looking for Elminster to begin with, you were approached by a man, a very heavily armored man with a symbol of Tempest on his chest. He identified himself as Sir Alistair, apparently some sort of knight or paladin in worship of the storm god Tempest, which is, he's not a good god or an evil god. He's more of like a chaotic neutral type of god. He appeared to be some sort of mercenary, and he was looking for a man named Kayan, who is a fugitive. There is a big bounty on Kayan's head by Sir Admiral Lacroix of the Luskan Navy. There is a 20,000 gold bounty on his head, and he approached you guys looking for Kayan. Apparently, he didn't recognize Kayan right off the outset, and you guys directed him in the opposite direction.
Well, of course, because that's where we last heard the foul fugitive KN was headed.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Alistair is back, and this time, when he met you last time, he had 2 goons with him. This time, he is back, and he's got 7 goons with him. And he's blocking the road.
Hail, good sir. Pleasure to see you again. Did you find your quarry?
I indeed did find my quarry. You see, and he comes over kind of with a smirk on his face, and he takes out this long sword, kind of dragging it along the ground. And as he's dragging it along the ground, you see little lightning sparks come out of it. Apparently he's trying to show off some sort of underlying power that he might possess. He says, "Did you?"
Well, good sir. You should definitely be careful with your sword there. You're going to dull the edge. And if you come any closer, you might find that your edge gets dulled mighty quick. As I put my hand on my
Who's your friend, KN? He seems a bit cliche, if you ask me.
The sword of a Tempest does not dull. Now, did you think I was an idiot? You see, when I had found you earlier and I only had 2 men, you might have been able to overcome me. But now that I have my whole regiment with you, I'm afraid, Kayan, you're gonna come with me.
How far away is he?
Sir Knight, Sir Knight, I have a small question for you, if you don't mind.
Yes, friend.
When you asked us, when you asked if we thought you were an idiot, was that rhetorical, or did you really want to know that we thought you were an idiot?
I'm going to roll an insight for this guy to see that if he recognizes your sarcasm. He doesn't, and he says, "You see, I was asking if you thought I was an idiot because you had been tricked by me pretending not to recognize the fugitive Kayan among you when I clearly have a perfect drawing of him right here."
Oh,
Yeah, you sure fooled us by convincingly walking away in the opposite direction.
oh, wait a minute. Can we see this drawing? I love the art, and I've actually, I've worked and did some character sketches in the past, and I'll roll a deception.
You can try to deceive him.
All right, give me a second.
And how far away are these guys? They're blocking the road?
Yeah, they're blocking the road. They're about a good 50 feet away. And he looks like she's like, I don't have time for this. My entire regiment is here ready to fight. He says, how about you hand over the fugitive KN, for I have no quarrel with the rest of you, and we take him in handcuffs and shackles, and we can call it a day.
All right, I pull out my sword, and I just rolled an intimidation, and tell him that we have killed many this day, and we've no desire to kill the likes of you. But if you do not clear the path, we will kill you all where you stand.
Okay, I'm going to roll intimidation for him. I'm going to roll a save.
His men are they're behind him, presumably?
No, his men are in front of him. They're in a line in front of him. You can see that two of his men are looking they're like, hey, that guy on the horse, he looks pretty tough. I don't know. And then Alistair looks at his goons and he says, do you want to be paid or not? If you want to cower and leave, I will put a sword through your throat.
I'm gonna...
Weren't you told that you didn't have jurisdiction in this area by the judge when the first time we met you?
Maybe we do, maybe we don't. But once the fugitive is in Luskin, it doesn't matter, does it?
So I think. So wait a minute.
Elminster's back there on the horse. Kind of looks like, hey, what's going on? Why do you guys always? Why are you affected by these thugs on the road? Tell them to clear out. We have a busy journey ahead.
Okay. When
you heard the Archmage, clear out of the road.
Captain Alistair just scoffs. I am not privy to injuring elders, but we have a job to do.
So, I'm wondering, there's 7 of his little minions with him?
Yep.
I'm gonna take out my crossbow and just hold it on my lap. And I'm gonna take a moment and reach into my backpack and pull out my coin purse. And I'm gonna look to each of the men that are with this captain. And I'm going to take out a small handful of gold coins and go, there's 30 gold. Plink, 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 on the ground. For each of you. You can pick it up. You can walk away and live to tell your grandkids about this day and how the foolish knight thought that he would take the great Cayenne in. But
Alistair,
if any of you draw your weapons or take another step towards us, I will shoot you in the face.
So those 2 soldiers that were intimidated by John, they're kind of looking at the gold, like thinking about it. And then Alistair looks at them again. He says, I will slay you on this spot if you abandon your position. And then you see like one of these goons, he comes up and he's also wearing armor and he's got a shield on. And then Alistair says, if they move, bind them. We will have our charge today. So you see 2 of these goons look a little bit demoralized by John's intimidation, and they look a little bit greedy, trying to take looking at your gold. The other goons seem to be holding fast.
Okay. Well, I'm going to, not being one for mounted combat, I'm actually going to get off my horse.
Okay, I've removed you from your horse.
So as not to risk falling off.
I'll dismount as well.
Yeah, I'm not a super confident that I would be able to stay on a horse.
Yeah, as soon as it seems like we're going to have to kill him. I get off and tell the two, if you want to run and get over here, that's the only chance you're going to live to see the end of this day.
All right, and Gregory and Olaf, anything you want to do before it seems combat is inevitable at this point?
Well, I'm wondering that now that we're off our horses, do the other 5 of his guards, they seem pretty grim-faced and determined that they're bound to just fight us?
Yeah, they appear to be thugs, mercenaries hired by this guy, and this he looks very menacing, ready to attack. At this point, you're looking at them, and they have their weapons drawn.
Well, Gray wishes to ready his bow and arrow then.
All right. Gregory will tell the captain, all right, you heard the old woman. Why don't you guys get off the road now?
Captain Elminster gives each of them a stern, menacing look, and appears they are too scared of him to be able to be swayed. Even though 2 of them seem very demoralized by John when he intimidated.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just going to.
My passive insight probably tells me that they're not going to listen, right?
Yep.
Doesn't look like it. It looks like they're not listening, mostly because Captain Elminster looks like he's keeping them in check.
Okay, then.
Do you think they're gonna raid Rumble?
Target the captain and. Tell you
if when we initiate combat, because nobody's surprised or anything like that, combat goes.
Oh yeah, we're going to go ahead and initiate.
Yeah,
nobody's
surprised or anything, so nobody gets free shots.
Nope,
okay,
we're dancing.
Olaf is going to dismount because he's not too sure he can handle being.
All right. Well, I'm
going
to dismount as well
and be behind this rock and start off.
I am going to. What I wanted to do was cast Cause Fear upcast to 3rd level at Captain.
You may, but you can't until it is your turn because we're going to roll initiative first.
Good. You do initiative.
Yeah.
Right.
We are going to dance.
As the battle begins, you see Captain Elminster takes his sword, points it at the sky, and clouds start gathering in the sky. And he screams out, "Power of Tempest, guide me."
I'm assuming
it begins raining.
Uh-oh.
Wait, that can't be good, actually. Didn't he say he had lightning on his sword?
Yeah, I'm sure he could do a call lightning, so we are... It's going to be a fun fight.
Nice.
I cannot believe I rolled a good initiative. Of course, not good enough. Screw you, Olaf.
Oh, that's good.
Rolled better than me. Actually, I rolled the worst out of everybody.
Yeah, I'm normally the last, actually. That's normally my position. I'm the last in line for initiative.
All right.
It looks like these guys. What are these guys? Dwarves? What race are they?
They're humans, even though their portrait is all bearded dwarf guy.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. What the heck? What we got here?
All right. I guess we'll kind of get this party started. Seeing that there's a large group of guys here. And like in the thunderous rain. Olaf is going to cast Shatter on the group of 4.
Target them and cast her, roll their saves.
Nice.
Let's get started.
Let's get this party started.
Two successful saves, 2 failures.
Okay.
Roll your damage.
Ooh, nice. Good shot.
Knocked out a bunch. And then he'll duck behind the rock again and pass his turn. John, go have some fun.
All right. Well, I guess you have to put the marker on us. You can't pass it. I don't think. Oh no. All right, we go.
There we go.
All right. Hold on. I'm going to move. Let me try to get my map right. All right. I'm going to do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Since that guy is dead, I'm going to move here. And I'm going to yell at Captain Elminster, saying, let me make sure this, it's a bonus action, so I'm going to yell at Captain Elminster, saying that he is forcing our hand and I have no desire to shed blood today, and I cast Valve Enmity on him, which gives me advantage on rolls. Boom. And since I have that, I'm going to try my luck and go ahead and use Great Weapon Mastery just to see how lucky I'm rolling today. Not good enough. And this
Captain
one I'm not
Elminster,
using.
yeah, he's pretty heavily armored, and things are getting kind of slippery.
Yep. And I'm not going to use Heavy Armor Mastery this time. I am just going to attempt to swing. Oh, got him.
That's a hit on Captain Elminster.
And since I have a full rest already, I'm going to go ahead and try to do some damage on him and add smite. And try to mess his day up. All right, that's my 2 attacks, and I'm passing.
Okay, good turn. Gray, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to. Let's see how far that is. 20 feet. Head for some cover. I believe I will take a. Well, first of all, the bonus action, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark. This one's on the captain. Captain Elminster. Okay, I think I did that right. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a shot at him with my longbow. I can't really use the ricochet in this area anyway because there's no flat surfaces, so I'm just going to take a regular shot at him with my longbow. And
Yeah.
take it.
Very good.
And there's the damage. Should add, yep, it adds the, and I'm going to take my second shot at Captain Elminster. And that was a miss. So I'm also going to add the swarm damage to him. Whoops. Dang it. Forgot about that. Take the 3 off.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to go back to that attack. Okay.
Okay, so now out in my turn, and I'll move another 5 foot to get behind these pillars or boulders or whatever they are to give me a little bit of cover, and I will pass my turn and encourage the rest of the guys to get these bums. Hear the other ones what?
Captain Elminster yells out, "Archers! Come out! Kill the spellcasters!"
Oh.
And from behind you, in the bushes, Archer appears. looks around at the spellcaster.
Well, he has a dirty right eye.
He's got a dirty right eye. That gives him extra damage. Hold on. Man, this stupid thing, it should be I used to be able to do this. Hold on.
Dirty red eye. I like that.
Yeah, the dirty right. So when you see these extra little things, they have some extra things. So the archer has a volley attack.
Oh.
Has 2 attacks. He will aim both attacks at Olaf, who has cast Shatter. First attack. That's a hit. 4 damage. Second attack is a miss.
Nice.
Soldier's turn. This soldier slightly demoralized. He is scared of John Ashford. He's not going to fight John Ashford. So instead, he goes over, attacks Kayan. 2 attacks with his longsword. That's 2 misses. Captain Elminster screams out to all his footmen around him. Surround the armored one. He snaps his fingers and disappears, misty stepping over here.
Well, there's nothing I can do about that.
Yikes.
Where do you Misty step to?
Well, obviously he didn't know that Kayan isn't the armored one. He's not that smart, is he? He better not kill those daggone horses.
He might. Hold on.
He's a terrible person. Oh, wait a minute. Our mage is in there too.
Oh yeah. He's a little bit smarter than your average monster. These guys are people, so he's gonna be able to thunderwave all of you.
Yuck. Oh, at least you know what? I was worried that when it started raining, he was going to do call lightning. To be honest with you.
You gonna do a thunder
Give him
wave?
any ideas.
He's casting
no,
thunder wave.
Trust me, John is an expert DM. If he was going to do it, he would already know. But that's what I was scared of.
He's casting a thunder wave, right?
Are you counterspelling him?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll counterspell it. He didn't upcast it, did he?
No.
No? Alright.
Alright, you use a counterspell to defeat his thunder wave. Archer steps out into view. Alistair yells out, "Kill that meddling mage!" And he points at you, Gregory, because you counterspelled him.
Good job, Gregory, but duck!
Bob and weave.
Miss. That second one's gonna be a hit.
Alright, how much?
You can't shield because you already used your reaction on to counterspell him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you're gonna have to eat this.
Yep, I'm gonna have to eat it.
Not bad, it was only 4 points of damage. You got it. And we got the soldier, listening to Captain Alistair's commands, will sit there surrounding John, puts up his shield to defend. He is going to dodge. So where's my dodge action? My dodge action does not work. That's okay. We'll just say he's dodging in case you want to attack him later.
Right.
Oh no, and look what we got. We got yet another archer stepping out. This archer, listening to Captain Alistair's last command, has got Gregory Marsh targeted. Captain Alistair screams out, he's used his counterspell. Fill him with bullets. It's a miss.
All
That
right.
horse blocked you. Blocked for you. It's stuck in the horse's pack. Oh no, that's a hit. Okay, a little bit more damage to Gregory. Kayan, you're up.
All right. So, of the soldiers in front of me, which ones were the ones that were hesitant to?
One of them died. One of them got killed by the shatter spell. The other one is standing right next to you. He's more afraid of John. John's the one who intimidated him.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect. Then what I will do is seeing as Captain Alistair is right up in my face, there's not much I'm gonna do other than just give him a snarling grin of, yep, it's a good day to die, and I'm gonna try and jam my crossbow right up to his chest and click a crossbow bolt into him. Crossbow. And yeah, that's actually, I will use my bonus action first to, while jamming my crossbow up to him, I'm gonna curse him in a most heinous manner. You are a foul, disgusting beast, and your mother was a whore.
Oh.
It appears that as you make Alistair mad, more lightning comes out of him.
Perfect. So he is now hexed with my foul curse, and I will now let loose my crossbow bolt. Oh, nice. And I know he's... And what kind of weapon is he holding? Is he still holding his sword?
He has a great sword.
He's a great sword. Alright. Well then, I think he might not necessarily be the wisest of warriors.
His wisdom,
seeing as
you can't be sure about this guy's wisdom, but you can give it a try. He resists your attempt to scare him. Apparently, his knight training has made him very resistant.
Oh, okay. So he is resistant to frightened effect. All right.
Well, not necessarily resistant, but he has a high save. It looks like.
Because it says on the chat he rolled a 12. I don't know. Am I reading that wrong?
He rolled a 12.
Yeah, it says I rolled a 27 to
Oh,
hit.
in that case, then then he loses it, and he gets the frightened effect.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, I
I read that wrong.
Yeah.
It's my bad.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
He failed to save, so.
Perfect. Okay,
He's
so
frightened.
he takes a little extra stink on the hit, and he is now frightened of me. And seeing that glazed look come over his eyes, I'm going to quickly load a second bolt into my crossbow, and I'm actually going to point it at soldier number 2. And I am going to try... Can I try to hit him with it, but in a non-lethal...
You can't non-lethal range weapon. Only melee weapons.
Only a melee weapon.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's just the 5th edition rules. I mean,
So
I know theoretically
instead
you can
of
think of...
shooting him with a crossbow bolt, then I'll deliberately load the bolt in, because he's standing right beside me, so he saw what I just did to his captain.
Hey, you
And then
listening?
I'm gonna pistol,
There's
club him. Oh,
under.
what's that, Gray?
I think he's talking to someone else.
Oh, okay. Okay. Anyway, instead of shooting him, then I'll try and club him, like pistol whip him with the butt of the weapon.
That would call for more like an improvised weapon. So
correct. Yeah, I appreciate it's not going to do.
So what we'll do is imagine you were attacking with a club.
Okay. I do believe that would.
That'd be like a 1d6 damage, 1d4 damage, because it's not that much. Your crossbow's
correct.
not designed to
I don't want to hurt him. What I want to do is try and disarm attack him, but I have to hit him with an attack to use that superiority die to do it. If that makes sense.
Wason, so your superiority disarm, does that require a melee weapon?
No, it just says when I hit a creature with a weapon attack.
So you don't need to do you can use your ranged weapon attack. Obviously, but you can't do it. I'm not sure you can do it non-lethally, because in order to do a non-lethal pacifying attack, you have to do it with a melee weapon. But you can still try to disarm him with your ranged weapon. If you have
not to kill him, but it is what it is. Then yeah. Sorry, I wasted too much time.
You're gonna shoot a bolt through his hand. That might kill him.
Exactly.
I can't promise it won't kill him.
That's all fine. I'll just pass my turn.
No, to make your attack, you have your second attack. Don't waste your attack.
It's all good.
No, don't waste your attack, man.
No, it's not wasted. He knows. The enemy knows.
Okay, Gregory, you're up.
Oh, it's not fair to everyone else to let me sit here for 3 minutes.
You're good.
You're good.
It's my turn, so I had 3 archers to shoot at me. So I know the captain was given the frightened condition, so I'm going to cast Cause Fear, upcast the 3rd level, on the 3 archers that were shooting at me.
Now, is this a cone? I believe Cause Fear is a cone, is it not? Or is it just choose three creatures you can see?
I thought it was a cone.
You awaken the sense of mortality in one creature you can see within range. A construct or undead is immune to this effect. Target must succeed on a wisdom save or become frightened of you until the spell ends, which it lasts a minute. It's concentration. The frightened target can repeat the saving throw at the end of each turn.
It's not a cone. The cone,
and then
it's not a cone. No, I just thought there's another spell I'm thinking about, which is a cone, but Cause Fear is not, so you can do it.
The spell Fear is just a cone.
And upcasting it will allow me to target additional creatures.
Okay, so roll their saves. Go ahead and roll their saves.
All right.
You got 3 failures.
All right. So they're all frightened of me, and if they try to attack me again, they do so with disadvantage.
Absolutely.
Nice job.
And that is my turn.
Good turn.
All right, it is this soldier who's already been injured. He is actually not afraid of either of you. So he is going to join his soldier friend and surround John Ashford. He's going to put up his shield and do a dodge action. When these soldiers are adjacent to each other, their AC goes up because of their disciplined defense.
Oh, shield walling.
Yep. Nice. Oh my goodness, I can do it through the combat tracker. How awesome is that?
That's awesome.
all these 50,000 extensions I put in, now finally paying off. Okay, another archer appears. Oh my goodness. This archer, however, appears in the southern bush.
I don't think we see him.
Yeah, I'm trying to make him show up. There we go.
Oh, way down south.
This archer is going to try to take a pot shot at John Ashford from way back there.
Yeah, he is way back there.
That's a miss, and second shot.
Is she at disadvantage or advantage? Or?
John Ashford has a cloak of displacement that makes him extremely hard to hit.
Cool.
Yes. Even though I bought it, it's part of my family history, so I am quite proud of it.
And we have one final archer shows up over here. This archer kind of surveys the battlefield and screams out, "Who do you want me to hit?" And then Elminster says, "That one! The one that casts fear on your brethren!" The archer is going to attack Gregory. Ooh, that's a hit.
And I can't cast shield on that.
You can, because your turn passed. You want to cast shield?
But no,
He already used his reaction, didn't he?
Well, no.
You had a new
What
turn.
I'm trying to say is he rolled so high that it wouldn't matter.
Oh.
He rolled a 20 to hit, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So
He
if I
casts the
cast
second
shield,
one.
it wouldn't.
This one misses.
All right, and I'm gonna have to roll a save to maintain concentration, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Just a Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
That spell probably has it on there, so you could just put it on yourself, so it automatically does it.
Oh no!
So that breaks. It breaks
No! Elminster
Yeah.
screams out, "That's right! When you see a spell like that, break their concentration." See, Elminster is actually looks like he has some combat experience directing his goonies.
Well, I tell you what, this guy coming up, I am very jealous of him. His full beard. I've never been able to grow a full
soldier
beard.
has a beautiful, full blonde beard, and and he's got this beautiful armor. This guy is attacking with a bonus because he's looking so beautiful.
As he should.
But he is going to go up and continue to threaten Kayan with his long sword. Miss. That is a hit on Kayan.
Ooh, that's not good.
8 points. Kayan, however, maintains his fear concentration.
Yeah, but I have to make wisdom save.
No, you already made it. You see.
Okay.
You see.
Well, yeah, you maintain your concentration.
Oh
for
no,
attack.
he has to make the wisdom save on his cursed weapon, which he fails. So yeah, Kayan, you have no choice but to keep attacking this beautiful-looking blonde-bearded soldier.
Well, he should attack him anyway. We can't grow beards like that.
The soldier who has serpent-like features, the half Yuan Ti, is already dead.
He's dead. Yeah, that snake in the grass is dead.
And now the cleric of Talos steps up and says, "The power of Talos compels me. The anger of the Storm Lord bursts forth," and he runs up over here. He's going to cast a spell that Thursday Group knows very well, except this time it's going to be used against you.
Call lightning, I bet.
Nope.
What is it? Now I'm so curious.
Spirit Guardians.
Oh no!
Dope.
So he
that's awesome.
he runs right. Let me see the distance he had. What he would do is he would get in a vicinity to get as many of you guys as possible. So he'd be right there next to your horse.
Oh, what is he casting?
Spirit Guardians. Would you like to try to counter that?
Yes, I would like to try to counter that.
That is already countered then, because it's a 3rd level spell.
All right. That's my last 3rd level slot. We're level 6 still, right?
What?
Yep.
We are. Yes.
Okay.
Well, since you countered his spell, and he really does not like that. Hold on, where is his? Oh no, he can't. He does not have that. Okay, that's it for him. Finally, we have the little alchemist. Elminster says, "Come here, spread your acid, alchemist." The alchemist runs over. He opens his little pack and takes out all these bottles of acids and poisons and stuff. He takes one of them out. And he says, "Are you sure you don't want me to cast a spell, my lord?" No, just throw the poison. Take them down. Take the mage down. I am sick of his counterspelling. So the alchemist takes out a potion, drinks the potion, gulp, 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 and then he says, "Are you ready?" Blah!
Do you guys mind if Kayan moves into a full square and everybody moves into a full square? It's hard for me to get the half squares because I think or whatever has to move down, and then Kayan has to move down.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, I think I'm in a square now.
Yeah, see, I think the mage would actually get one back, but unless he's still on his horse.
Now the thing is, I don't think this guy can poison spray without hitting his compatriot, but he's gonna do it anyway.
He was ordered to, so.
Orders are orders are orders.
All right, big Constitution saving throw for everybody.
Uh-oh.
Constitution save. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Dex? No, you don't have to roll. I'm rolling for you.
Okay.
Dex save, not Constitution.
All right.
We have, unfortunately, Kayan failed. 2 of your horses failed. But the rest of you look like you saved from his acid damage, and he spits out a big globule of acid. Unfortunately, he kills some of your horses.
He kills the horses?
Be more
You
careful! Don't hit your own allies, you idiot! Alistair screams out as he hits the beautiful blonde beard has all this acid stuck in it. And finally, Elmira goes.
Hold on. I gotta...
This is Elminster, the most powerful mage in Faerun.
Unfortunately, she has arthritis, but
Elminster has a 95% chance of spell failure.
what?
Oh my god.
But
Yeah,
95
don't be
is not
such a
zero.
stingy female and use that daggone scroll.
Elminster's, maybe I should take care of this myself. We don't have time for these shenanigans. Elminster says, "Oh, behold. Behold the power of the weave." And Elminster raises his finger and says, "Time to stop." 95% spell failure.
Well, if it fails, I'm gonna lend her my book next turn.
The spell fails. Ah, damn it! Ah! Hold up, you're up again.
Oh, golly.
Yeah, so seeing a lot of damage happening to Gregory and hearing the one guy just keep on giving out barking orders, Olaf is going to once again actually no. He's gonna target the captain and cast shoot some Eldritch Blast at him. And go with that. Hopefully we hit.
Remember, you have 2 attacks with Eldritch Blast.
Correct. Oof. One miss.
Wow.
That's a miss. But that's a hit.
There we go.
Good hit.
There we go. Come on. Put him in the ground. Darn it. No, but seeing how much Gregory is hurting, he's then going to target his friend, making sure his new friend, and heal him up a little bit so he can keep on doing spells out there. Keep on. Yes. So, those. How you doing, Gregory?
No, unfortunately, you rolled real bad on that.
I don't know.
Better? Think you can make it? Alright, and then I will unfortunately pass my turn.
John Ashford, is your turn.
Oh, sorry, I'm sitting there talking away. Both these guys can get attack of opportunity on me.
All right, I will just roll 2 of them. Give me a second. Oh, that second one is going to hit.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do to stop it.
Because you are hit, the cloak of displacement is off for the rest of the this round.
Yep, it is.
You must have displaced it.
It was displaced.
Oh, John's going after the alchemist.
Now.
Yep. He doesn't look as well armored.
Nope, he's not.
I'm going to go ahead and use my great weapon. Hold on, make sure I'm 5, 10, 15. I used 20 feet to get there. And I'm going to take a swing. Oh, no. So, still going to use the great weapon. And, alright, kind of say, that hit kind of threw me off. And then take another swing. Oh, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted.
A critical hit on the alchemist.
And I'm going to go ahead and use a level 1 smite along with the great weapon because I don't want him playing anymore. Yep, there it is.
Ooh.
Well,
4 points of damage.
Yeah, he exceeded by 36, unfortunately. That was a little overkill. However, because of the great weapon and I killed him, I get to
Nice.
do a bonus to attack. So I'm actually going to go. See that Alistair's actually one. So this right here should be able to hit Alistair if he was in the square. I don't. That's why I was like I don't understand the half squares. So either way, I can either move up 1 or.
How many squares of movement do you have?
I have 10 feet left.
So just move up 1. You have the speed to get to him, I think.
Yeah.
That's fine. We'll just play like that.
Okay, yeah, because I can go 5, 10 up to here, and now I still have the advantage on him because remember the vow of enmity.
Yeah.
So it will be. I'm going to go ahead and attempt to do it anyway. And swing. Nope.
Ooh,
all right, but I got his attention.
Unfortunately, bad luck on that one.
Well, it's wet out here. It's muddy. It's nasty. So but I got rid of his. Oh, wait a minute. Did that damage not go on the alchemist? Oh no, he's dead. All right, so
No, the alchemist has been killed.
Yep, I passed my turn.
It's Gray's turn.
Alright, so I'm going to take a shot at Alistair. He looks like John said, he's the one barking out the orders, so if we can get rid of him, perhaps that would be good for us. So he still has my hunter's mark on him, so pull out my bow, take aim, shoot.
Here we go.
And it's a hit, and that, I'm going to go ahead and put the damage for that on.
Sneak attack.
Let me give him a swarm, because my insects is really wanting to bite into him.
The swarm did extra damage again.
Yeah, 6 off. It only did. It only done 5.
Okay,
I need to remember. I need to remember just to turn that
that's
off
okay.
temporarily.
That's okay. It's a learning process with all your abilities. Let me readjust that.
Plus, if I'm not mistaken, I should get sneak attack on that too, right?
Yeah. Hey, do you want to count that as your sneak attack?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll just do it like that then.
So, what do you mean? Use that 6 is my 6 sneak attack?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
use
then go
it
ahead
as
and
your sneak attack
give him the
instead.
swarm. Give him the swarm again.
No, the swarm is the 5.
Okay, so yeah, so then I don't have to do anything. Okay, I see
Yeah,
what you
so
mean.
we don't have to. I don't have to erase and you re-roll.
That makes sense to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and take another shot at the captain. My second shot.
Ooh.
Oh,
He's hard to hit.
He is hard to hit. All right, well I
His
am
rain
going
is
to.
getting in your eye.
Yeah, a little bit. I think I'm gonna move around to the far side of this pillar a little bit. That was 20, so up to here. And my turn.
Alistair screams out. You on the left, kill the wizard. You on the right, kill the healer. The dirty right eye archer, obeying his commander's command, aims at Gregory. .22. Do you have a shield reaction or anything on that?
Yeah, nothing can stop that.
No, because you roll a 22, it's so high that shield's not going to do anything.
Okay. And his second attack. This guy, because one of his eye is dirty, he's hyper-focused with his other eye. Oh boy, 23.
Yeah, that's not.
Ouch.
You know what? I figured out what I did wrong. Tag on it. Well, I'll remember next time. I went all the way up there and I attacked Alistair. I should have attacked that blonde beard. That's really where my focus was. That's what happened.
Good point.
This soldier who has been right next to Kayan. Now he's the is he feared? Is he the one you feared, Kayan? No, you feared Alistair himself, right?
Yeah, I feared Alistair.
Okay, so since you feared Alistair, he's okay to attack you.
Yeah, everybody is. So is Alistair. Alistair.
No,
himself
Alistair.
can attack well.
They're fighting, they can attack us, but they would have to do
He's scared of you, but he doesn't want to admit it. So he pretends like he's not paying attention to you.
Exactly.
Okay, he hits you with 9 points of damage. You maintain your concentration on fearing Alistair. And he's got a second attack. Second attack misses.
Perfect. So what happens in this case?
You are you're focused on the one with the blonde beard.
Yeah, so blonde, full beard.
Yeah, so you
hit
had
me first.
so
and
you
I lost.
Yeah, you take down the one that you're focused on first, and then work on the next one you're
Okay,
focused on.
perfect. So then it'll be this guy, Soldier 2. Okay, perfect. Got it.
Alistair says, "I grow weary of this." Let's see. He's got his. Oh, he's got another Misty Step. Alistair screams out, "You still haven't killed the mages. Let me show you how it's done."
And actually, before he, just as he's about to fizzle into nothingness,
Yeah.
you're gonna see me hold up my left hand, and you'll see a bright flash from my ring as I counterspell his Misty Step.
Oh, ouch! Sorry, Daddy.
Good one.
Okay.
Charges off my ring.
He's not having a good day with these people who can counterspell.
Oh, this is 5th edition. I'm used to it. Don't worry about it. Oh,
Sorry,
so
John.
you counterspell his Misty Step. Let's see. He has got. He's still got some heals.
Yeah, I figured there'd be no better opportunity than to keep him right there in front of me.
Yeah, well, I don't want him on top of the mage.
He is able to apply some healing to himself. 5th edition, everybody just counterspells every turn. But the only thing he can do is exhaust their counterspells. 70. Alright, soldier number 3. Comes over here. Longsword attacks. John, since you don't have the cloak active right now.
Hold on. You know what? We're going to use that. You're right. Sorry. Let me put that off button. Nope, I can't do it because you gave me the cloak. Can you click off, please? It won't allow me to change anything you put on me.
You should be able to reapply the effect and have it override.
No, but
no.
He put it on me, so I can't do it. If he wants to take those two off, I'll reapply it, then I can turn them on and off.
You know what? For simplicity, I'll fix that later.
Oh, wait. No. The cloak should have been back on. That was the last round, and my turn has already happened, so this round the cloak is on.
Okay.
I just now remember that. They were at the end of the round, so the cloak is back.
Archer number 3 on the right side attacking Olaf. It's a miss. It's a miss. Archer number 5 on the right side attacking not Gregory, Olaf. It's a miss. It's a miss. Kagan, it's your turn. You are under the effect of the curse. You must be attacking the blonde, full-bearded dude.
You betcha. I already got him targeted. So while I was able to briefly kind of control myself enough to hold up my hand and keep Elminster there, I want to try and point my crossbow at him, and I just can't. I end up pointing over to my right at blonde beard and give a snarl of frustration and anger as I let loose a crossbow bolt at him.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, and then I will.
You gotta attack him again.
Yep, exactly. I am going to, just load up a second bolt and loose it at him. Ooh, that one looks like it hits. Blonde full beard. Where is he? He's coming at me. I am just going to...
You can drop it on his token if that makes it easier.
Yep, nope. I will pop him with that, and then I will use... Actually, I will use my bonus action to do nothing, because I can't do that, because I heard... Yep, that's it. Give my 2 attacks, and sweet.
Oh, Gregory.
Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. 15, 20, 25. Now, if I can get close enough to Elminster...
Oh, you want to circle magic Elminster?
What?
Oh, you want to power up Elminster's
Yeah, I want to lend Elminster my spellbook, if that's okay.
Alright, so this is what I'll do. I will let you roll for your turn as your action. You may roll an Arcana check. Whatever you roll, I will add to Elminster's roll to overcome 95% spell failure. Now, no matter what you roll, if you roll like a 20 or something, I'll add that to whatever Elminster rolls. But Elminster's got to roll a 95 or above in order to overcome her spell failure, to cast her insanely overpowered spells that will utterly obliterate the enemies. But it's up to you.
Alright, so I just have to roll an Arcana check?
I will add whatever you roll on your Arcana check to Elminster's spell failure roll.
Well, best it'll
All right.
be 5%. Right.
To make it more likely for Elminster to succeed on a spell?
Yes. Whatever you roll, I'll add it to her.
Alright, well, I'm
Because
going
I
to roll
don't-
the Arcana check then. And
That is a 19. So whatever Elminster rolls on her next D100, I'll add 19 to it. But still 95% spell failure. She's got to roll a 95 to 100. All right? But if she does, I will allow Elminster to take a turn.
alright.
But the chances are still heavily stacked against her because of her arthritis and her hoarse throat and her,
I'm just trying to give her whatever help I can.
She knows he needs a roll of 96 or 76 now. Then, right?
yeah, but it's
You had
still,
19.
you're still heavily stacked against
I know
it.
that's still.
But I want
That's
to
a
give it a
better
chance.
chance.
I want to give it. Hey, you're doing an improvised kind of action. I want to give it a chance to succeed.
Yep.
All right.
That was all.
Turn.
All right. We have this soldier over here who has not been engaged in combat. He's going to go up. He's going to attack John. That's a miss. And a miss. We have this archer far back, but the archer is longbowed, so it doesn't need to move right now, but it's just going to take a couple of steps up to get into range. Attacking with longbow. No, the archer actually not going to attack John. Sorry.
No, she messed up. She should have. Oh no, you didn't roll to hit me.
I'm sorry. That was a wrong roll. The archer sees you, Gray, and decides that he's going to try to take you out, sneaking behind there and sneaking around the corner. Oh no, Gray!
Oh, ouch!
Ouch, Gray!
You don't like me, do you, John?
I tell you what, no wonder you guys had such a hard time. You seem like, oh, good job on your concentration, Gray.
Gray, I've attacked you once this whole battle.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god!
Oh, wow! Holy smokes, that's awesome.
Like 2 crits in a row. That's
Oh my god! Oh my god, Gray!
Well, the damage isn't too bad. Oh, he lost his concentration, though. That actually does more damage than the damage, so it's alright.
Okay, archer number 2. This one, I believe, had been attacking Gregory until he moved out of her range. So, the archer is going to obey the commands of Alistair, who says, kill the spellcasters. Archer is going to attack Olaf.
That's a pretty good shot.
That's a miss. Ooh, that's a hit on Olaf.
Just a flesh wound.
5 points of damage. Now, the full blonded soldier. The thing about him is he does a little bit more damage, but he's very vain. And the fact that there's acid in his beard, he's not happy about it. Oh, damn it! Look at my
I hope it
beautiful
destroys his beard.
How dare you! And he is a little bit disheartened. He puts up his shield and dodges. Cleric of Talos.
He's going to.
He's the guy who you dispelled his spirit guardians. He's going to try to cast it again. Does anybody want to counterspell his second attempt at spirit guardians?
only had one charge on the ring, so
I thought
Olaf will come out and throw out a counter spell at him too.
that's too funny.
Elmira.
I'm gonna counterspell. No, you counterspell.
Elmira has a roll. I believe it was plus 19. Was it a 19 that you added? I don't remember.
What was that?
What was the bonus that we added? 19?
19, yeah.
From Gray? Or from Gregory, rather?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that was 19.
40. Elminster says, "Disintegrate!" Ah! The spell just fizzled into nothing.
Nice try, Elminster.
Hey, this is how Elminster is. He's the most powerful being in Faerun, but he never helps you. Olaf, it's your turn now.
Seeing how they a bunch of them kind of grouped up, Olaf is gonna reach into one of his scroll bags and pull out his shatter scroll and use his shatter scroll on it. And he's going
You gotta show me the area of the shatter because we have a lot of people in there.
So yeah, I am going to.
Does he have sculpt anyway? So.
Oh, sorry, John. I didn't mean to move you. I was gonna try to put it here. I wish if you. I mean, I didn't know if Talos was in this area over here. It was on half a square, but I guess I'll get just these three guys.
Okay. Yeah, because so many people are clustered together, you gotta show where you're shattering.
Yeah.
All right, so target those three guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna target those three guys. They are targeted, right? I hope.
Go ahead and roll their saves.
Come on.
We have one success by Captain Alistair and 2 failures by his goons. His goons go down.
Nice.
All right. Trying to look around the field, trying to see who looks the most injured right now. My fleshy mage still looks a little worse for wear, and so I will throw more heals at him, and that will be the end of my turn. Come on, big rolls. Come on, big rolls.
Oh my god!
There we go.
There we go.
But I don't think I'm going to do any more than that. Alright. Yep.
Alright. John Ashford.
Okay, perfect. I am going to. I know the guy in front of me with the beautiful beard is completely dodging, right?
He's dodging because he's so vain about his beautiful beard.
Well, as he should be. I'm going to attempt to hit the guy number 3, and using the great weapon thing. I'm going to go ahead and add up. You know what? No, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark, and I'm putting that on. Boom. Alright, and I already marked a spell, so I'm going to do some damage. Boom. I kill him. So I already used my bonus action, so I don't get the third spell attack because I cast Hunter's Mark, but I do get a second attack. And I am going to attempt to attack Alistair. I still have my Vow of Enmity against him. So it's just gonna be a straight attack. Nope. Oh, it hit.
18
Yay, it hit.
Is his armor class.
Right, and so I'm gonna use my second my last second level spell slot to boost it to add what you call it, and then I am going to do some damage.
That kills Captain Elminster.
Yeah, but I already used my bonus action, so I don't get a third attack, and I'm passing it.
So he killed Captain Alistair?
Yep.
And
Hopefully the rest of them will take off.
1, 2, so 3 of them in that group there are dead then, right?
Yeah, we need to get
4
the
of
cleric. The cleric of Talos is the one we have to get out of here. He's actually the one that can cause us. If John wasn't being merciful, that cleric could have hurt us.
I don't even see him.
He's hiding behind that horse.
What are you talking about? You just counterspell like crap.
Well, but he has other stuff he could do too. I mean, it's if he's if his domain's that lightning domain, he has a lot of crap he could do that John's being nice about.
Okay. I am going to cast Zephyr Strike. Okay, it should give me advantage. And 1 turn of extra damage. And I think I need to step out at least 1 step in order to be able to see this guy. The Cleric of Talos. I'm going to take my bow and take aim at him. Even though I have had a couple ouchies. And it's a
That's
hit.
a critical hit. You're getting your crits back after
Yeah.
after suffering a couple of crits.
Okay, goodbye, Mr. Talos. See, I still got 1 more attack. I think I will attack. All them guys are dead, aren't they? Up there around our buddies.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm going to shoot back at that archer number 4 that shot at me. Dead's a miss. And I am going to move. See, I get extra 35. I get 30 extra movement, so I should have 65 altogether, and I already took 5. I am going to move. Shoot. That's through a bunch of guys. I'm just going to move around to here. What's that 5 foot?
Oh, that's nothing. Don't worry about that. That's some dead thing.
So am I good right there then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All characters there are dead.
Good. Okay, I'll go around to there.
Excellent. Battle is going clearly your way. Except for what's going on back here. These archers, seeing that Captain Alistair's gone down, they start retreating a little bit, but not without continuing to shoot at you.
As it should be.
Gregory, the archer hits you with a 19. Do you have shield or anything?
My armor class, because I didn't cast mage armor today, my armor class was still only 12, so shield wouldn't be enough.
Oh, you're gonna have to eat this.
Yes, I am.
Not bad, not bad.
No, I
He's
mean,
got
plus
a-
Olaf keeps on healing him. He's fine.
You got a second attack. The second attack misses because he's on his way running out. Soldier is dead. Captain Alistair. As Captain Alistair goes down and you slay him, his body turns into this this burst of lightning, and his body just disappears in a flash of lightning, and the armor drops to the ground. But as the armor drops to the ground, lightning strikes it from above, causing a wave of electricity flying out from him.
Ugh.
Who's in range?
Everybody. Well, I'm definitely in range.
Oh, the unfortunate blonde soldier is also in range.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask the party. I would rather spare the blonde soldier.
Unfortunately,
We'll
you
spare his
don't have
beard.
that
How's
choice.
that?
Well, Cayenne's not going to stop fighting.
No, Cayenne can't stop fighting that guy, but he may have to stop fighting now. Okay, so we have Constitution saving throws.
Hey, Cayenne, you're going to get the +4. I will put that on you real quick. And does Gavin would get it too? Is he going to get hit? Or not Gavin? Gray?
Gray's not.
Gray have to make?
Gray actually is just out of range, so
Okay.
I am sparing Gray. You see, Gray, I'm not always after you. We have a Constitution saving throw. Ready?
Yep.
Did you apply all the correct bonuses?
Yes, sir.
All right. Damage is you save for half, so it's 4d8 lightning.
Wow.
I did not save for half. I should have failed.
How come that's not allowing me to do the damage?
If you look in the combat tracker, you can see I rolled a natural 1. I failed.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm wondering why I'm pressing the damage, and it's not allowing me to do the damage.
Do you have me targeted?
Yes.
Then
Oh man, something's going on with the script. Well, this is the damage you're taking in lightning. 14 damage in lightning.
okay. Well, and I take is that the half or is that the full?
You take full because if you fail to save.
No. I mean, is it 28 or is it 14?
No, 14 is the full.
All right. So I had 4 damage. So my damage now is 18.
Kayan, did you succeeded?
saved.
So you take
Yep.
7 damage.
Okay.
And the beautiful blonde soldier, I believe, is going to die from this. Yes.
No. I'm healing him because do death saves.
Really?
I'm not joking.
Okay. I will do death saves for him then, if you're in like. And John, because you failed, you are under for the rest of this round. You're under the stunned effect as lightning
problem.
erupts, and you see the armor reconstitutes, and inside the armor is some being of pure electricity.
Oh, damn.
Does anybody know what this is?
I mean, look.
Well, I know what it says in the combat.
Yeah, I know, but.
No.
I don't know.
I don't
Whoever
know
has the
other than
highest
the name of-
whoever has the highest history may roll a history check to identify this being.
All right. I have a
can roll-
+2 history.
I have
So anybody-
7.
well, then you're obviously much better than I.
I'll roll history. I can get this thing to cooperate. That is. On the tower, boom.
Unfortunately, your horse is dead.
We have a hard time getting back to Waterdeep.
Gregory, you identify this creature as a Myrmidon. It is an air elemental Myrmidon. Myrmidons are controlled elementals summoned by wizards in order to use as soldiers and guardians. They're extremely powerful, and they are summoned and connected to a piece of armor. Apparently, Alistair's armor was had inside it the residuum of an air Myrmidon.
That's awesome.
So this creature is pretty dangerous, you know. And whose turn was it? I'm sorry. Captain Alistair went down, so it was his turn, but he died.
Yeah, I think it's the bad guys because I think Gray went. So
Yeah,
I
Gray
believe.
just went. So soldier
And then the
number
dirty
3,
archer. Yeah, the dirty archer shot, and it's
So
it's his.
charged. So it's this archer's turn. He is going to begin backing away, but not without taking a pot shot at Olaf. The soldier screams out, "Alistair's dead! Run! Run! Don't worry, the Myrmidon will take care of him." Archer number 5, also same thing as Archer number 3. He's going to begin his retreat. Take a few pot shots at Olaf on his way out.
Olaf dodging back and forth.
My goodness, Olaf is just...
Olaf,
he's matrixing.
Olaf just dodges every single arrow that comes at him.
Yeah,
Ken,
he got the monk in him.
Your curse charge is dead. Well, actually, no. Blondfold Beard is he's rolling death saves if I guess.
What are you gonna do with him?
John, if you revive him, then I'll make him a target again. But right now, he's dead.
Well, I don't want him to be a target. I'm not reviving him to be a target. I'm reviving him because he deserves to live.
Olaf doesn't have, Kyan doesn't have a choice.
Oh.
He's cursed to continue to attack him
But
until...
if he's dead, then would...
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, that should break it then, right? Because he's dead.
Yeah.
Well, he's not if he's dead, then yes. If he's not dead, then I'm
No, he's bleeding out. So you would kill him. So
Yeah,
you do what you have to do.
No, you don't have to attack him at this point.
Snarl.
No, you don't have to attack him at this point.
All right. So
If he gets raised for some reason, yeah, I'll make
no,
that of it.
I'm not. But I am going to look at Kyan and say, you know, he deserved to live with that beard, brother.
But he stabbed me.
Just take his beard. Really, he stabbed KN. I mean, he did deserve to live. That kind of...
He deserved to live. I'm not arguing about it.
Take his beard.
There's
All
not
right,
many.
well-
There's not many that can grow a beard like that.
Seeing as the captain went down in front of me, but his new thing has popped up in front of me, I will use my bonus action to apply Hex on that creature. 7, right? I didn't lose concentration through all that, did I?
No.
I didn't.
No.
Oh, did you roll a concentration when you got hit?
Yeah,
so it
automatically did.
It
Okay.
auto rolls the concentration.
And
check.
did you succeed on it?
Yep.
Then you're good.
Perfect. So yeah, then I apply Hex. I call this thing's mother a dirty storm cloud. Because it looks like it's.
You have
made of
no idea if this
cloud.
thing understood you.
What's that?
You have no idea if it understood you. This is some sort of magical creature.
Excellent. So then I will. Yeah, I'll load a crossbow bolt in and try and hit it.
You hit it.
Wow. Okay. Oh, but
It's got the same armor class as Elminster did because it's the same armor. Some
That
good
not
damage on
why-
it. But you realize that this creature has a little bit of resistance.
Excellent. Oh, I see what I did. Okay. Perfect. It's because its token is overlapping the corpse, and I reapplied the... Anyway, it doesn't matter.
No, but you pierce through the resistance because of your magical weapon. This creature's resistance is magic dependent.
No, it's missing damage, but it is what it is. It's fine. So what I will do then, seeing that the first bolt landed, I will lob a second bolt. That misses, and that's it for me.
Okay, Olaf, you're up.
I would just
Oh,
ask
hold on.
by next turn, could we move the old captain's token from
I
under that
will.
one?
I will get rid of that token.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gregory, you're up. I'm sorry. It's not
yeah,
Olaf.
can we possibly put everybody in a square so we can movement could be good? The half squares. Sorry, it's pet peeve.
So I see the Myrmidon, and what I'm going to do is I will target him, and I will cast Magic Missile, upcast to 2nd level.
Okay. Myrmidon is not resistant to force damage and takes the full damage of your magic missile.
Alright, and that is my turn.
Nice.
We have this archer who's retreating through the other direction, but is going to lob 2 pot shots at Gray before he leaves. This is the one that crit you twice in a row before. But it misses this time. And misses again.
I was in a little bit of cover.
We have this archer who takes 2 pot shots. He was attacking Olaf. Takes 2 pot shots at Olaf before jumping back into the bushes.
Here we go, Matrix again.
That is a miss. Ooh, he's gonna get you on that one. As he jumps back into the bushes.
You better run.
Elmira! Alright. Now we're summoning Myrmidons? What is this? Time stop! Oh shit.
Yeah, it works.
Yes! Oh my god.
Whoa.
I didn't expect that. Alright. We're gonna have to end the battle. Well, sure, Elminster rolled I never expected that. Ever in my life.
Natural 100, D100.
Elminster kind of comes over, and you can see the magical power finally coalesces in his fingertip. He picks up your spellbook, Greg. Your spellbook floats in the air above his head, and the pages begin turning rapidly, viciously, and the entire world begins to blur. Elminster casts Time Stop. So you guys don't know what's going on, but out of character, the entire world just completely freezes, and only Elminster is active. Elmira gets off the horse, says, what do we have here? A lightning elemental Myrmidon. Well, what's the biggest foil for that? Let me think. I have it here. Elminster, over here, conjures a fire elemental. Let me just put one in just for fun. Because I think Elminster's going to end the combat right here.
That's awesome.
After conjuring the fire elemental, Elminster breaks concentration, drops the concentration, and the fire elemental goes wild. It will attack anything around it.
Uh-oh.
Elminster then says, how about a second one? Conjures a second fire elemental. Right next to the Myrmidon. And then Elminster immediately drops concentration on it, so the fire elemental goes wild, will attack anything around it. Then Elminster says, I remember this spell from the time I fought the great wizard Korath. Elminster targets right next to the Myrmidon, like 1 foot away from it. Elminster says, delayed blast fireball. And a small ember of fire appears right at the foot of the air elemental Myrmidon. And then Elminster raises her hands, kind of like puts up her fingers, measuring distance. Let me see. 40 feet here, 40 feet here. 40 feet here. Let's see. About 40 feet, 20 feet here. Yes. Perfect. Elminster casts a force cage. The force cage traps doesn't everybody except doesn't trap John Ashford and Kayan, but traps the air elemental, the delayed blast fireball, and the 2 fire elementals inside of it. The minute she casts force cage, the concentration on her delayed blast fireball fails, and the delayed blast fireball goes off, thus stopping her time stop, and everything goes back into motion. Well, she rolled 100. I mean, I got to do this.
I know, really.
I did not expect to do this. You guys want to see level 9, level 20 D&D magic? This is it.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, I mean, time stop. It's he has or she has all day.
She has 5 turns.
Right.
Well,
So-
it's 10 rounds if you cast time stop.
Yeah, if you time stop, I guess.
Of course, we didn't notice all this, right? We were stopping time all.
You notice this as the minute you guys come into consciousness, there's a magical force cage trapping 2 air elementals in this Myrmidon. The Myrmidon doesn't die with that. The Myrmidon takes a lot of freaking damage. Oh my goodness. Alright. Do we even have to keep continuing this?
Nope.
No.
Unless these archers are sticking
I
around.
want to. This is awesome.
You've already killed the wonderful blonde beard. There's nothing else I want here.
Okay, everything within 5 feet of a fire elemental first will take some damage. The force cage prevents any damage to come to you guys. So the Myrmidon takes 9 points of damage, and then the fire elemental takes 3 attacks on the Myrmidon. Takes another second attack. Second attack misses. Third attack misses. Olaf, you may take a turn. You notice that this old lady is invoking some insanely powerful magic over here.
I'm just in awe of this. Can't believe what's going on.
I can't either, believe me.
I'm like, it seems like she's handling that pretty good. Let me look at these archers and see if they're just running away, or are they gonna keep on trying to poke pot shots at us. If they're looking back at me, I'm gonna shoot right back at them. Are they?
Well,
They're running away and like shooting as they run.
Alright. I'll shoot at archer number 3, I guess, with the milk blast. No, just to show them we mean business if they decide to come back at us, I guess. Right. And there we go. 1 shot.
oh, nice.
Yeah, I really want to show them what we mean business. Yeah.
All
Look
right.
at that one. And then that's hopefully a warning to the rest of them to keep running. And then I'm gonna hide behind these boulders because I'm a little worried about all this fire that's going on. And then that's my turn.
John Ashford, would you like to take a turn?
Yeah, absolutely, I would.
You cannot penetrate the force cage. It's a level 7 spell that's impenetrable, undispellable. You see a big wave of fire
I have
and
no
lightning.
desire to do that, but I'm going to pull Blindbeard over here, right to this section, and I'm going to put some rocks hold on. I'm gonna put him in the square, and I'm gonna put some rocks on top of him and kind of try to bury him a little bit. He deserves to be treated with more dignity than just to be left in the road. And then I'm gonna pass my turn.
Gray, would you like to take a turn?
Yeah, I'm going to take a shot at the Dirty Riot Eye Archer. He's been shooting at my friends and stuff, and I kind of don't like that, so I think I should have a clear shot of him from there. Yeah, I do. So, draw back my longbow. Maybe I don't have a clear shot of him on there because I think he's in the dark now. I'm gonna have to move a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna move a little bit. There he is. Alright, now I'll take a shot at him. And it's a hit. And I'll do some swarm damage at him as well. And I will take a second shot at him. And that's a hit.
Nice.
And I'll say, there you go.
You take him out before he gets to run.
That's what you get for not taking care of your eyes.
Yep.
Yeah, eyes are very important, as you've learned.
That's right. So I'll pass my turn.
Okay, Archer
Satisfied.
number 5. I think the Archer number 5, seeing what has gone down. Who are you? She screams out. Impossible! This is impossible! And runs, dashes into the woods, into the bushes.
Gregory will be looking and be like, I'm a librarian.
Nice.
Kayan, I'm afraid there might not be any enemies to attack at this point.
What's that?
I'm afraid you might not have any enemies to attack at this point. We might have to end combat here.
No, that's fine. But before it gets too crazy, I am going to heave-ho as best I can the corpses of the horses that fell in the mud in the road and collect the 30 gold that I threw in the road to try and entice the soldiers to break ranks.
There are no more soldiers to break ranks. They're dead.
Exactly. And I will, at the whole time, every 2 seconds, I'm going to look over my shoulder at apparently what appears to be an invisible bubble holding 2 giant raging bonfires.
That are
Your marshmallows out.
They are swarming that lightning creature in armor that you were fighting before.
Exactly. And I'm just, as I collect my gold, guys, what the hell is that? And that's it for me.
Alright, fire elemental number 2 makes first does automatic damage to the Myrmidon. Then makes 3 attacks to the Myrmidon. That kills the Myrmidon and ends combat. As the clouds finally part.
Well, I guess we have two horses.
So Elmira says, I would get out of here soon because in an hour the force cage will disappear and those fire elementals will be coming after us. you see she gets on the last horse and she just she begins to trot along.
Oh no, there's one more horse still living.
The horse is badly injured. Doesn't look rideable anymore.
Well, then I'm going to walk over and put it out of its misery.
She's like, that wasn't worth the ruby. Oh boy.
All right, well, we're going to have to just kind of jog along.
Yeah, and I think we should do as she said about getting away from those fire elementals before.
Yeah, you see the firebell after they kill the Myrmidon. You see they are raging against the force cage, trying to get at you. The force cage, Elmira tells you it lasts for an hour.
Oh yeah, well we'll get them.
Yep, let's get them distant.
Well, I guess my problem is you know when that force cage comes down, those fire elementals are going to wreak havoc on this land, and how long are they going to be here?
Indeed, can we leave them there? I mean,
can you banish them? Because we could get away, but they will wreak havoc on this land. And
the elementals will disappear soon afterwards. Don't worry about that. They'll burn a tree or two. They can't last in this plane forever without support of magic.
Very well. And so we do a little jog beside her horse.
All right, and the group uneventfully now back together, having gotten rid of these guys. You loot the corpses as well as you can of all the people you've slain. Fortunately, there's not that much. There is some mundane weaponry and swords and weaponry. And there is you are not able to loot the armor that Alistair was wearing because it is being burned up inside the force cage.
Of course.
You find a couple of scrolls and you find 300 gold.
Nice.
I will add that to the party sheet.
And does Elmira give me back my spellbook? Or?
Of course.
All right. And as she does, I nod and say, neatly done.
Your spellbook says that, when am I going to be able to do these kinds of spells? Your spellbook, just a barely sentient now, has tasted incredible power, and it's kind of asking you, it's like, well, when can I cast spells like that?
Are you sure you have to give me back? You could hold me for a little longer.
And Gregory will tell the book. Yeah, that would be great if we could cast those spells like that. Maybe someday. Your
spellbook says, can't you just, maybe you can ask her how we can cast some of these spells? Because that just felt so good.
Yeah, why not? Let's do that.
While we're jogging.
All right, so you guys follow her along, and because you don't no longer have horses, you guys after like jogging into sunset, you guys are dead tired. She's the only one on a horse, and you guys have to stop by at a local inn to rest.
Oh,
Olaf is traveling really slow. He's really scrawny, he's very weak, and he's just puffing and puffing the entire time.
All right, you guys get to the local inn, and you guys may take your rest at the local inn.
perfect.
There we go.
If the innkeep is it busy in the inn?
It's pretty empty. This is not a heavily traveled road.
Alright, so are we back at the Yawning portal, or are we elsewhere?
You're about halfway back.
Okay. And because we don't have horses no more, it's gonna take longer to get back.
Yeah, but it takes about half twice the amount of time it took before.
Durnan's gonna be pissed at us about
True,
those
but
horses.
we've got his friend.
Well, at least we've got Elminster. He'll be happy about that, or maybe not.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you guys are just outside Daggerford right now, resting at a local inn.
is I will approach the barkeep and ask for a very large helping for all of our friends of your finest meats and breads, ale all around, and bring some cold water as well. And yeah.
So while the rest of you sit together and have a hearty meal, Elmira doesn't join you. She's outside the inn, staring at the night sky. It's kind of she just looks very. Her mind is very placid. She's staring at the night sky, and let's take a second break here since we have a opportunity to take a second break tonight.
Perfect.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. I'd love to hear it. I read your character sheet, of course, but I'd be nice to hear it.
Yeah. So
tell us. We're sitting around the fire. Just tell us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is some of this is going to be kind of some history things. The House Ashford, because I'm playing a noble. House Ashford is a very young noble house. It has not been granted or part of the nobility for very long. Long time ago, or not actually, several generations, about 3 generations back, I had a very brave great grandfather that was a farmer that actually was called to the levees to help defend the land against the brigands. He saved the prince's life, and the prince on the field granted him nobility. So unfortunately, nobility, he was given a small fief, but he was still very, very poor. So though we had the name, we didn't have a lot of means. We slowly kind of got a little bit of means, and he was an adventurer after he gained some experience, and he found a cloak. And I'm looking at where it's the Vision Bane, and it's my great grandfather named the cloak Vision Bane, but it was actually a cloak of displacement, kind of like I have now, and that was kind of the family thing, and then once again the Baron called on his oathmen to defend the land from some brigands from Black Branch Wood, and Garth, his son, his oldest son, quickly volunteered, and the father put Vision Bane on his shoulders, and they had a little parade while Garth led out the small levy to the battle. The battle, of course, unfortunately went against them. Garth was never seen from again, nor the cloak returned to him. It was lost to the family. The family's motto is the past lays its sword on the throat of the present, and after that, our fortunes turned downward. The Baron was. We fell out of favor with the Baron, obviously, because we failed. And then, we became poorer and poorer and poorer. Then my father was very, very smart, and he was wise enough to marry his daughters to find houses of power, and his sons, he with the exception of his firstborn, his other sons he sent into either service to the Baron or into the life of priesthood. I went into the priesthood. I did not have the tongue nor the knees to kneel in prayer. However, one night as a priest, I got a vision of Tamora. She talked to me about she had a special affinity for my family, since our whole motto is about just happenstance. I mean, we became nobles out of luck. We lost our fortune out of luck, and I've started following her ways. She made me a warrior, and then that's how I became a paladin. So when I seen the cloak, even though it's not Vision Bane, I took that as a sign from Tamora that I was once again in favor of the fickle god of luck. The fickle goddess of luck, sorry.
Okay, that's very nice. I loved hearing that. Please take an inspiration. Sharing your story with your the parties is excellent role playing.
Oh, thank you.
Grounding who you are and what we're fighting for.
Mr. John Ashford, I've never heard such a long-winded tale from you before. It's nice to hear, although I have to say, when you said you didn't have the knees for the priesthood, prayer was what came to mind.
Oh, you dirty can. No.
Aura again.
Yeah, he definitely has that black blotch in he's changed, guys. He used to not be like that. He was there was a kinder, gentler edge to him at one point. But and that's why the guy, I can't remember what his I have to look at my notes, but when he accused Roderick, when Roderick accused me of not being nobility, it kind of struck because I've only been nobility for about 4 generations, and we are poor. My family is very poor.
But you have to remember the little intricacy you found out about Roderick's accusation.
Yes,
Roderick
I
accused
do know.
you of not being nobility, but only when his own nobility was under question.
Right.
And
that's kind of what I think. Even though it hit so close to home, but however, Roderick is from money, and like I always tell him, gold cannot replace a proper lineage. So. Though we may not have it, nobility is given by God. That's why the prince raised us to our place. So it's a little arrogant.
You've placed in the idea that you're going to challenge Roderick to a duel, which is part of the ancient rite in Neverwinter of noble houses who fight over land, and they do it with single combat as to spare their forces from dying, because back then it was a harsher age. Neverwinter was just a small settlement, not a big city, and any fighting force was very important. So in order to stop noble houses from killing each other, what they would do is their lords would challenge each other to single combat, just pick their greatest champion and fight it out. And the winner would be the winner of the dispute. And the clerk at the Waterdeep Council told you that, well, you can, if you were to invoke this ancient rite to Sir Roderick, you can actually challenge him for his title and for him to stop harassing you and bringing up these charges against you. Otherwise, your father may get involved in the courts. Even though his charges are completely unfounded, your father might have to be called to testify. And I'm assuming your father, he's a very kind of tough guy.
Right. But my bigger fear is we don't have the money for him to make that that great journey. Because if you look where we're down in Loudwater area, so I mean we don't have the money for the security. That's my biggest fear about calling my father, is more of his personal safety. He will be extremely disappointed in me because I didn't go the path he suggests, because he wanted me to be a priest because there would have been a greater ties than this a paladin roaming the world. So your father was a very kind of a tough guy, very highly disciplined, making your life very tough, having high expectations of you kind of guy. Of course,
right?
Yeah,
so
and that's how he turned the whole house around.
And you realize that he would be upset that you got mixed up in this nonsense, these shenanigans.
Yep. So he would not be happy.
So this has yet to be resolved. You placed a challenge to Sir Roderick for his house, and this, according to the ancient rites of Neverwinter, and this is under the lands of Neverwinter. Back then, they had a king. A challenge, a duel must be done upon the lands of a king. The king of Neverwinter. Now, Neverwinter no longer has a king, but if you were to invoke these ancient rites, you guys would have to travel to Neverwinter, go upon the ancient lands of the Tilmarand estate to conduct this duel.
So, well, I mean, we can't obviously right now, but that has to be taken care of because.
Yes,
if not, we're going to have to court.
Yeah, you might have to take care of that during the next adventure.
Yeah,
that is coming up, and you have that expectation. And also, Gregory, you have a side quest. You are looking to clear out the mere of dead men and find the ancient wizard tower.
Yes.
Where the dwarf has volunteered because he wants his name to be out there. He wants people to know that he is a magical tower builder. His whole family was one. This has been passed down from age to age to do the stonework, the foundation for a magical tower. He wants to reclaim that title, and he offers to build the tower for you if you were to clear away the monsters that inhabit that area.
Yeah, and that would be great because it would be a great... that way I get to have my own library where I get to store all my books and any other data or information I find in my travels, and it would make a headquarters for this adventuring party.
And finally, the last side quest that we still need to complete is, Olaf, you have just recently opened up a cafe and invited your mother to come and help you manage the cafe. However, your mother is just furious at you because the entire grounds is full of rats. The basement of this whole place is full of rats, and it is not up to the town's code. And she cannot open the cafe until these rats are taken care of. And she asked you to come and take care of these rats yourself.
Correct.
All right, those are the 3 side quests that we have lingering. So the next day comes, finally, and you guys wake up, and even as you're up, Elmira is already next to the horses, ready to go. You guys get next to the one horse that she has ready to go, and you guys follow.
I got an idea, guys. Olaf being really tired of running, he's going to talk to Greggy and like, hey, Greggy, I heard you can cast a disc that can lift things. Is that right? And it'll follow you.
What was that?
I heard that you have you can do like a ritual that you can cast like a disc to follow you.
Oh yeah, the Tensor's floating disc. You can hold up to 500 pounds of stuff.
Is our party about that heavy?
Oh no! I mean,
unfortunately,
I'm well over 200 pounds.
The disc is not big enough to fit more than probably one person on it.
Yeah, and plus I'm well over 200 pounds, and I got full plate on.
There might be a thing in the book or something saying that like you can't ride your own disc or something like that.
Well, what if I have a ritual. I can cast myself a little steed, and I could ride that and cast. Can I do 2 rituals at the same time?
You can do 2 rituals, but you can only maintain concentration on 1 spell.
Are they concentration spells though?
Depends. Ritual spells you can do as many as you want, as long as you follow the rules of the spell.
Yeah, so I will cast a steed.
You have a steed spell?
I have a phantom steed spell.
Okay.
I will cast a steed. I'll cast a Tensor floating disc. 2 guys get on that, and then Gregory can cast another disc, and other guy can ride on that, and then we just all follow each other on the steed as I ride the steed.
Right, and since you gave us a long rest, I'm going to memorize a different second level spell of steed, a fine steed. I'm going to cast fine steed as well.
The problem with the disc is that it is it's specified 3 feet in diameter and 1 inch thick.
Okay.
So something that is 3 feet in diameter, I guess you could squeeze onto it, but it would be a kind of a.
Yeah. Plus, if we're going at a gallop, you honestly wouldn't be able to do it. There's just no way you couldn't hold on. So, but I cast a steed spell as well, and I'm going to try.
Immobile while you are within 20 feet of it. If you move more than 20 feet of it,
yeah. Yeah, so the disc can follow you. Somebody else can stand on a disc while it follows you, but if you get too close to the disc, it can't move anymore.
You can't ride.
What you guys need is the magic carpet from Aladdin. That is a D&D object.
What I'm trying to say is I'm on a steed.
Fly spell.
The fly spell won't last long enough for you to get you back.
Well, I'm saying is I cast a steed. I cast a disc. Gregory is on one disc. He casts a disc, and someone else can be on the other disc. And then if someone else is creating a steed.
Yep, I am John. Or Ash. Yeah, John.
Also, another problem with the disc is it's very slow.
They'd go slow. They would have to be more than 20 feet away from each other, and we'd be rolling in single file.
You can do it. It just you probably wouldn't get there any faster.
Yeah, I mean, just jog.
I'll ride my steed. You guys can jog.
You guys get back. It does take the rest of the day, and you finally arrive at the gates of Waterdeep at sunset. You get to the Yawning Portal Inn, which isn't very far away from the gates. And pretty exhausted from 2 straight days of traveling, you finally get there. You go through the doors of the Yawning Portal. Elmira going in first, and Durnan is there waiting for you. He's cleared out the inn for you guys, and he says, "Took you longer than I expected." Elmira looks at Durnan and says, "Well, they had to fight some thugs. You know how it is." Durnan says, "Indeed, I do." Elminster says, "Please give me a moment so I can change into something more comfortable." Elmira kind of waddles off into one of the rooms. And Durnan says, "So you've accomplished the task. Have you learned anything?"
We learned some things, but...
Well, we learned actually quite a bit. We learned that Elminster is compromised. We learned that we have a wider range of abilities and capabilities.
Yes, but did you learn anything of what is happening here with the Storiophage?
I look over at the new eyes and say, no, we didn't. I looked at Gregory.
We did learn of this god. All right, out of game. I know Gregory remembers because he has the keen mind feat. Is it Senvas?
Savras.
Savras. Okay. Gregory will say we've learned of this god by the name of Savras.
Yes. Elminster told me of him when he asked me to ask you to find him. And kind of Durnan just chuckles a bit.
We learned that
he said he had something to show you. Which is why I'm curious what he wanted to show you.
He wanted to show us that while gods are living beings and not what we always think they are, and that the power of the Histriophage might be a little bit greater than a god, and we have to possibly continue on with our trials and adventures to get more information.
He says, "Well, did he answer the question that I have looming in my mind? Which one of the 2 books is next?" "Oh, did he not tell you?" Durnan kind of laughs again. He probably didn't tell you. He's cryptic like that.
He didn't tell us that one, no.
No. He didn't tell you that when you had completed your last adventure, 2 books have activated rather than 1.
That is interesting.
Well, I do know that Gray and I, our last adventure, completing the adventure in Tamoacon and coming back, might have actually been another victim of the historiophage. And that's why when we came here, you didn't remember us.
Yes, Elminster told me that there would be adventures coming in that I didn't recognize. But that had been, in some way or form, equivalent to the Chosen of Saloon. And then Durnan says, it is becoming clearer to me now. He says, come back when you are ready for the next adventure. And Durnan gives you free leave to return when you are ready for the next adventure.
Right.
So what I'm doing out of character is that if you want to do one of your side quests, you may, or if you want to start the adventure, you may as well, because we have 3 looming side quests. That's what he means.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I would rather get into the adventure, and I know we have and then because what we've been doing on our end is the way John's been working. It's basically one personal quest a break time, and I thought that was a good pace. But what do you guys think?
I'm up for either or. I kind of want to learn more in character. I kind of want to learn more about Elminster and the spell book is intrigued. My spell book is intrigued by Elminster's power, and from that, so is Gregory.
Well, I think Elminster is a jerk, and I don't think he would give you anything for free.
I know,
maybe if you had a better beard.
I don't really know much about Elminster at a game than what John or DM has told us, and saying that Elminster kind of is a jerk.
Well, let me put it this way. This is just a choice for the group in terms of if you guys feel that you want to start this adventure, then we'll continue that way. Unless you guys really want to complete one of your side quests before this adventure. I'm not opposed to either. There's no rush. But if you guys are ready for this adventure, want to get into it, we can go ahead.
Well, if someone wants to do their side quest, I'm okay with that, but I'm okay with the adventure too, so...
Well, let's just go down the list. Kayan?
Kayan, how do you feel? You have had a side quest on this adventure where you were put on trial.
I mean, part of me says let's do other people's side quests because I feel like I kind of got my own special little side
but that came from a role, and plus your side quest isn't over. Remember, that guy...
No, exactly, but I got... You know what I mean? I got...
That guy, not only did he threaten to come after you later, but he also threatened that player, that Rob Shore, who was no longer with us. He says he's going to hunt down the sea bitch and take them down.
Yeah.
And force them to tell him where the treasure is, even though you have no idea where the treasure is. It was your previous background character who squealed to him and said, you know where the treasure is, even though you don't.
Yes, my former captain.
So they're out there. They're out there in the sea of stars, trying to hunt down the sea bitch.
Real quick, no matter what we decide, we have that hand mirror. Does anyone need that? If not, can we sell it?
I don't know. I feel like it would come in handy, but I don't know. It's a good use for misdirection.
Well, it says that for you just ignore cover and it allows you to see around corners.
It says attunement. It's not attunement. I don't know why it's made for it. So if you use it in combat, you can use it to ignore cover with ranged combat. But out of combat, just as a hand mirror, it's something that seems to be a little trick of a mirror where you stare at it and what you see inside the mirror is actually at a 90-degree angle.
Like we could we don't have to stick it around the corner. We can just kind of look through the mirror on corners.
Yeah, You just look through the mirror, and it shows you like it's like a periscope.
Oh, well then, yeah, let's. That would be fine.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't require attunement, yeah, I would say.
Yeah,
okay.
I know it says it requires. I don't know why it says it's not supposed to require attunement.
Okay, so who normally lead? Can you normally lead? Since we don't have Rob, right?
I could, but I'm not very stealthy. I'm in.
Oh, you're in the
heavy armor.
big heavy stuff.
I've kind of been leading.
Who is that?
That was
Gray. Gray, do you want to
Gray
take it?
or Olaf, I think, are probably our sneakiest.
Yeah. So Gray, do you want to take it?
Well, I could. I already ignore cover. So maybe whoever.
Well, no,
comes with me.
but I'm talking that would come in handy when you're out scouting ahead of us to make sure there's no traps, that you don't have to stick your head around the corner.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay, I put it.
Because I think we keep Olaf is further back because he's really, I hate to say this at this right now, he's our only legitimate healer, and and I know that's not his primary goal, but we don't want him hurt.
Okay.
Not saying you're expendable, but you did lose your eyes, and I've heard stories of other terrible things happening. And so, what is that? What was that South Park thing? You killed
Kenny.
Kenny.
Yeah, you killed Kenny.
Oh my God! You killed Gray.
You killed Gray.
John, my only question about whether we do a side quest or is I don't know if you heard anything from your buddy, whether he's gonna.
No, I sent the message. I think he's still at work. Because if I called him, he didn't answer, and he's going. I think he's going through a divorce, so he always answers.
That's awful. No pressure on him. I mean, divorce is probably one of the worst things you can go through.
I think right now it's. I mean, he's going into work and he's still there. So, but I will post as soon as I hear something.
Okay. I mean, I that's the only other thing is like if we want to wait one more session to see if he's going to be joining us, I can understand us doing someone else's side quest.
I'm okay with doing a side quest. That's
if we want to wait for his buddy to come.
Might get some items to help us out in our main quest.
Then you guys choose which side quest. We have John's side quest.
I do not want to do. I can tell you now, I do not want to do my side quest.
You don't want to do your side quest. Okay.
No, I mean, because I know we did some segue, but my side quest is I know we're gonna have to travel a little bit, and we're gonna have to do the fighting thing, and I would rather not do mine right now.
Okay.
Actually, I already thought we was on the way to start Caen's side quest when we did the whole thing with Elminster, but so maybe we should just.
I thought we did. I thought Caen's deep into his. I mean, he's already been on trial, and now he's just a one man.
Oh, we've done Caen's side quest, but his story arc isn't over. His side he may have another side quest pop up later.
Yes, and I'm still formulating a way to get back at Dirty Xanathar, who I'm sure is the one that set me up and set up that whole spiel of sham of a court. Because he still has the axe. But I still hear the papalakas in my head.
I don't think
some way.
killing a bunch of rats is going to be too exciting for us. So
as you guys are kind of talking about what you want to do next, Durnan at least kind of looks over at you. He says, "Why don't you come with me, and I'll explain what this adventure is about before you decide when to undertake it." And he motions you guys to go back into that room you guys know very well. There's that statue of the imp back there. There's a big table, and you look in the middle of the table, and there are two books, both of them heavily infected with this black ichor of historiophage curse that you guys recognize so well now. One of the book has writing on it, and it says White Plume Mountain. The other book also has writing on it, and it says Dead in Thay. And Durnan says, as you can see, 2 of these stories have activated after you guys had returned previously, within hours. I am curious as to why the historiophage calls for both, and I am curious as to whether it wants us to choose one from the other. But, Thay, this is a problem. And Durnan kind of leans over. You know what's going on in Thay, don't you? And this is common knowledge for everybody, that very close to the timeline, the time that you guys are in right now, it was only a couple of years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, there was a huge war between the Sword Coast and Thay. Thay is a region on the eastern end of Faerun, way past. Hold on, I can bring up the map so you can. Does this map have Thay on it? No, it doesn't even have Thay. Oh, it does.
Oh,
it does.
Thay.
So I will show you where it is. So you guys can find yourself on Waterdeep, right? Thay is a far away land. Where is it?
I don't see it. I see Thar.
I'll have to point to it. It might be right outside this map. No, it's definitely in this map. Thay is not farther than the Stormhorns. Not farther than Cromir. How come it's not marked?
I don't know.
Out of character, you guys know about Thay? Anybody know about Thay? Thay, Thay and the Red Wizards.
There was an adventure back when Fantasy Grounds came up. I went on. I can't remember what it was, but something about Thay. Isn't Thay like really racist or something?
Oh, not just racist. They are
Slaves. They have slaves, I believe.
It's like Faerun's version of Dark Sun. Or that's how I.
Yeah, Thay is next to the Sunrise Mountain. I'm just wondering why it's not marked on the map. I'm very, very confused. It should be marked on the, unless this map, they just decided not to mark the map. Thay should be somewhere near Cromir, to the west of Cromir. It's just not marked on this damn map. How could they not mark Thay as such an important part of this? How could they not mark it on the map? Damn it. Sorry, some technical
I think it's
difficulty.
a little further away than you think.
Yeah,
Here's,
it might be.
I got a link to a map, color-coded. According to this map, I mean, it's completely, the other side of
Hold on.
the world. But it's on
I
the
think
other side of the
it's off the
ocean.
map, that's why. It's off the map, unfortunately. So, Thay is so far away, it's actually not even in this map of Faerun. I have a map of the entire Faerun, not just the Sword Coast.
Okay.
Sorry about this. Some technical difficulties. Let's see if it's on the Northern Faerun map. Not even. Okay. All right. So it's off the map, but it is far to the east of the Sword Coast. And a couple of years ago, there was a war between the Sword Coast and Thay. Thay had been summoning demons via portal to attack the Sword Coast because they are. Thay is a country ruled by a group of powerful wizards called the Red Wizards. They say the leader of the Red Wizards is a powerful lich called Zaztam. And Zaz-Tam is always ambitious. He always wants to conquer more lands. And he launched a war against the Sword Coast a couple of years ago, where he summoned powerful demons, and they invaded northern Sword Coast. And they had to send droves of adventurers up there, fighters and adventurers, just to beat them back. But they finally did by closing the portal. And ever since then, the diplomatic relations between Thay and the Sword Coast have been hinging on open war. So if this adventure takes place in Thay, it might have a very powerful diplomatic implications. That's what Durnan was telling you. And then he says, however, this other adventure, and he points to the book that says White Plume Mountain. This one has a lot of implications as well. And he opens the first page of White Plume Mountain for everybody to see. When he opens the page, you look at it and you see that it's beginning to rewrite. And what is being rewritten before you appears to be some sort of poem or riddle. This I have. And you kind of all read it together. He says, search ye far or search ye near, you'll find no trace of the three, unless you follow instructions clear, for the weapons abide with me. North past forest, farm and furrow, you must go to the feathered mound. And as Durnan starts reading, it looks like he's actually memorized the poem, because he stops even looking at the page. He continues to read. Then down away from the sun you'll burrow. Forget life, forget light, forget sound. To rescue wave you must do battle with the beast in a boiling bubble. Crossed cavern vast where chain links rattle, lies whelm past waterspouts double. Black razor yet remains to be won underneath the inverted ziggurat. That garner think not that you're done, and now you'll find you are caught. I care not, former owners brave, what heroes you seek to hire. Though mighty, I'll make each one my slave, or send him to the fire. And as Durnan completes reciting this poem, you realize that he's memorized this. Like, this is something he knows very, very well. And and then Durnan yells out, Elminster, do you remember this? And from behind you, you guys don't see it. Actually, no, Gregory, you do see. You have your robe of eyes on, right?
Yes.
You see standing there invisible, you see Elminster in his full glory. The grand, powerful wizard with a flowing white beard. He's got these intricate robes on, and he's holding this staff with two bird hawk feathers on it. And he's just standing there behind you, kind of nodding at you, because he recognizes that you see his invisibility. Everybody else, you don't see Elminster as he speaks. He says, "'Twas about 500 years ago hence, last I heard that poem." And Durnan says, "Was it ye who ever found those weapons?" Elminster says, "No one has found those weapons." And Durnan begins scratching his chin. Caraptus is back. And he motions for all of you to sit. He says, "Let me explain." He says, "This poem was famous nigh few hundred years ago, 500 years ago. It was spread out throughout the lands, distributed far and wide. It was a challenge for adventurers to come and find these powerful sentient weapons." Aye, sentient weapons. And Gregory, you know, just from your knowledge, that sentient weapons is an ancient magic to create a weapon that thinks for itself. However, that magic has since been outlawed. It's a powerful form of enchantment magic. The reason it's outlawed is that it's inhumane, because you have to take a mortal soul and bind that soul to an object, and that soul will not be able to cross into the its afterlife, but forever be attached to the object which it's bound. And if the object is destroyed, so is the soul. Because of that, the Church of Helm has outlawed the creation of sentient weapons. But in ancient times, the most powerful mages used to create these weapons as a symbol of their might. And Durning continues. He says, "You see, the dark wizard Caraptus had put out a challenge. We know not if it is truly the wizard Caraptus, or if it was a pretender, a false Caraptus. But this challenge was cast out through the lands, challenging adventurers to find these sentient weapons. And thousands of adventurers had undergone the challenge, picking up clues, thinking perhaps it was far off in the Dale Lands or in the Moonshine Isles they searched. But no adventurer successfully found these weapons. I remember this challenge, for I was but a child at the time. It was one of the first things that spawned me to become an adventurer." And then Elminster says, "Aye, 500 years ago. Doth you think that the Dark One, Caraptus, lives again? I don't know."
Well,
I think.
sounds like that's where we need to go.
Durnan kind of just speaks out. He says, "Well, Sage of Shadowdale," and referring to Elminster, that's his moniker. Where do you think that this adventure, this book, could possibly take our party?" Elminster says, "Do ye not know I have fought the Dark Caraptus 800 years ago? Powerful wizard is he. We battle each other day and night for 30 days upon the plains of Sembia, neither able to get the edge, for you see, I was but a bustling novice wizard at the time. I had not the knowledge I have today, but the fight was fierce. Neither could get an upper hand until finally the goddess Mistra herself intervened, for we had been tearing the weave apart with our spells. And Mistra said, thenceforth, I call a truce between you two, that ye shall never fight again or affect each other again. And such it was, I have not seen the Dark Wizard Caraptus since." Durnan says, "But what do you know of the Dark Wizard? I have only heard legends, and even nowadays, the legends have disappeared with time." Elminster says, the reason I fought him in the first place. He was a cruel and corrupt lord, ruling the lands of Sembia with an iron fist, after he had enchanted all of its rulers and kings to bow to his will. He began to take slaves, droves of slaves, powerful warriors that do only his bidding and under his enchantment. He levied a most heinous tax upon the townsfolk. Your third newborn shall become his, under his command, as his slave, trapped forever under his will. And such he had erected a large tower for himself. And, Durnan's kind of listening intently. But it was the people themselves that rose up and cast him down. I helped a bit by keeping him occupied with spell battle, but it was the people who ripped down his tower to ruins and destroyed his magical artifacts, driving him into hiding. But then, 200 years hence I had seen him and battled him. That is when this riddle appeared all across the lands, claiming that Caraptus had captured the 3 most powerful sentient weapons. And you know hence, thousands of adventurers have chased after it. None have found it. Many died unnecessary deaths. Durnan looks at all of you to say if you have anything to say.
Do you think we would be able to handle Caraptus?
If he battled him all day, we can't.
You hear Elminster sigh in the background. If you were to battle such a being in his full power, I am afraid not.
So about these 3 weapons, so what's the deal?
Yes, the 3 weapons he mentions, I know of them, though I have never seen them. Well,
you're breaking up, John.
Durnan says, I know of these 3 weapons, though I've never actually laid eyes upon them. They did indeed go missing. The first weapon he mentions, I believe this is the weapon Whelm, the dwarven hammer. He says it lost long ago to the rock, belonging long ago to the Rockbreaker clan, a strong dwarven clan in the northern regions of Icewind Dale. They had venerated the weapon as if it were handed down to them by Moradin himself. And just as mysteriously the weapon had vanished. And then he goes on, and then there is Wave. What I hear, and though I do not know, these are just rumors, is Wave was a powerful trident belonging to the Sagwan people. And the Sagwan is common knowledge. These are shark people that live in the depths of the ocean. Not many regular people in Faerun have ever encountered these kinds of people. They're usually very vicious, and they'll attack anybody on sight. He says ripped from the great Sagwan god. And he says, and finally, the dark, blood-drinking Black Razor taken from the drow caverns of the Underdark. A great sword with jagged edges, built to cause bleeding, built to drink blood. He says, these are the 3 weapons to which the poem resonates. These weapons are invaluable, worth more than a fortune, worth a kingdom, to have even one of these, and Caraptus had claimed to own all 3. This is what caused the fervor of adventuring. And he points to the symbol at the bottom of this poem. He said, that is a symbol of Caraptus, the Dark Wizard.
I look to the party and I'm like, if we were to find these weapons, what are we going to do with them?
I do not know, but it appears the historiophage has asked. And he says, I still am reluctant to bring this cursed object before you, but I can tell you what it has said. It charges you to find, among the 3, the one weapon whose nature is true. That is your charge to bring back from this adventure. And Durnan kind of, looks around. He says, "This sounds like quite a task, to try to complete an adventure that thousands have attempted and failed. But I surmise that whatever book this is will take you directly to where these things are located. For you see, when we had been looking for these items, we had no idea where to even begin. We searched all the realms far and wide. But if you were to enter this book, this story that it appears we've all forgotten, it might just take you exactly to where you need to go. That is the bonus. I do not know if you have to fight this horrible black wizard, Caraptus."
I will ask, now does Gregory will ask, did this Caraptus have a tower?
Elminster answers your question, says, "Aye, Caraptus did have a large tower spawning 66 floors, challenging the skies with magical beams of light crescendoing from it at all times. But the tower was destroyed when the people revolted. Tens of thousands of regular people just like you said that no more shall we be under the yoke of slavery, and they ruined this tower. It no longer exists, and there's no longer any semblance, but it was once in the land of Sembia."
Sembia, okay. And at a game, where is that?
That is also far to the east, near the Dale Lands. As far as you know, that land now is part of the Kingdom of Cromir, and it is generally a kind of like a grassland, plainsy kind of place. And then, but then Elminster says, "But I doubt you'll be going there, for it was the first place that was combed over when these letters went out. Everybody went to the ancient land of Sembia in search of any trace of Caraptus' tower. There is none."
Okay.
So Durnan says, "Whereas I am confident this story will bring you to the item that you seek, I cannot promise it will not take you somewhere dangerous. I know not where this will lead." And Durnan says, "And Sage of Shadowdale Elminster, we have another problem on our hands." And he points to the other book, Dead and Thay. Elminster says, "I don't think you should send our adventurers to Thay just yet. It is too volatile. We cannot risk another war." Elminster says, "I need to deal with this myself. I still have my allies in Thay." "Then White Plume Mountain it is," Durnan says, putting his hand on the book.
Olaf is still concerned, like, if we did find this weapon, what do we do with it? Like, if we bring it back, what are we doing with this?
Well, I mean, if it's a weapon, we should keep it and use it.
But if it's a super powerful weapon that can be in the hands of anyone,
we probably ought to give it to Durnan and then let him decide what to do. Like
Durnan says,
with the other quest
"All
objects.
the objects you have brought back I have kept safe. I do not know what role these objects have to play, but it is what this game of the Historiophage has been asking for. And without any better clues, we cannot but follow its request and bring back the objects it asks."
The weapons abide with me. That was part of the first line of the poem.
Yes, so the poem is Caraptus bragging that he has all three of these astronomically powerful weapons. He's just bragging. And then he says, "Well, if you want to come find him, here are the clues."
Gregory will turn to Elminster and he says, "Is this Caraptus the kind who bluffs?"
Caraptus is not beyond lying and treachery and doing anything to get his way. Before, when I had known him, he was an ambitious dark wizard seeking power and everlasting life. But now I know not what he is. If you truly have to come face to face with him, I would recommend not fighting him. It is not worth it. But I doubt that he would want to destroy you outright. He likes to play with his prey, watch them suffer. Would that I can go with you, but I am forbidden by my goddess to interfere. As was our agreement so many centuries ago.
But you gotta go handle Thay, apparently.
I will. This will require a delicate touch.
So, if I understand this correctly, when this poem first appeared, a large portion of the adventurers that went looking for Caracas and his supposed
Caraptus.
three super weapons.
Yeah, yes.
Sorry?
Caraptus.
Oh, Caractus, yeah. They all went east.
No, they went all over the land. Some of them went to the Moonshy Isles. Some of them went down to some of them went to Icewind Dale. Everybody had their own idea where these things could be located. So everybody, because these flyers were distributed across the lands, it was like a huge thing where adventurers wanted to challenge themselves. So they all went on their journeys to seek it. Nobody has found any sort of inclination of truly where these weapons are. A lot of the adventurers died just because they went into some dangerous area looking for these weapons. No adventurer was successful in finding these weapons, and eventually, of course, the whole hoopla just died down, and people lost interest. But this is a well-known kind of event that happened 200 years ago, and both Durnan and Elminster remember this. Durnan was a young child at the time when he remembered this happened. Durnan is very old, so he was a young child at the time, and he remembered this. And he says that when he heard this story, this call to adventure, it was one of the things that caused him to want to learn how to fight and how to go out and survive and be on his own. So that's why it means so much to him. But he can't go on his adventure because he's not a chosen of Saloon.
So other than the poem ties to White Plume Mountain in some way?
Yes, and neither Durnan nor Elminster know what White Plume Mountain is.
Interesting.
Or they have forgotten.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think, yeah, it's concerning that the historiophage has corrupted two histories at the same time. I'm not sure why, but I think if Elminster is moving to Thay...
Elminster says, do not, he tells Durnan, do not send them to Thay until I come back. I need to know what has happened in Thay and what this could mean. So he's not giving this to you as an option as of yet.
Exactly. So if Elminster is watching Thay or guarding Thay or whatever, then yeah, I guess it is White Plume Mountain. Are we ready for this, or do we need to reconsolidate our
yes,
supplies?
well, that's up to you. What do you want to bring What would you like to bring to this adventure? Not knowing so little about what you're going to be facing, what would you like to do? Some shopping? Would you like to bring some stuff? Remember, you can bring things that are not creatures per se. You can't bring like a horse, but you can bring supplies, objects, whatever you think you want to bring to prepare for this.
Yeah,
I haven't given you too many clues about what you're going to be facing, what this adventure is going to be. But I'm doing this on purpose.
No, exactly.
To make you think.
I would say, I mean, to step out for a second and go out of character.
You don't have to be out of character. Your character can probably think of these things too.
Well, no. It's more. Are we up for waiting one more session to see if John's friend can join us?
John, can we do that? Can we not give you an answer? And I mean, the reality is this: we know we're going to the White Plume Mountain one. The only question is, are we going to try to kill some rats or whatever the other quest was before or not? Is it okay if we? Of course. Give you the answer next session?
I want you guys to make the decision. You're not rushed to go start the adventure.
I think we should think about what kind of supplies and stuff like that. Being a mountain, maybe we should have some warm clothes, or maybe we should go shopping for some more healing potions or something like that before we go anyway.
On that note, I would probably say I'd probably have Elminster look through my spell book to see what spells, or to see if the spells that I have are adequate